I saw that. I'm just like, well, most accurate.
When you come and work back, what happens to all the stuff you ate? Does it just stay inside you? You ate of many, many people.
We're on. Just bear with me.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. That's cool. Welcome to Seven-Sided Die's Carpathian Adventure. I'm Tom. In a moment, we'll introduce the players. Before that, thank you for joining us. Please know that unlike some other Twitch and YouTube channels, I am not, at least, a professional actor, let alone a voice actor. Some of the others at the table claim to have some experience. That said, some of us are military, some are in IT, others retail managers, a few are parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. Lest I forget to mention it, we must thank Siren Escape for the use of their audio sound effects. You probably hear some in the background right now. That's www.syrinscape.com. We also must thank artist Yenu for the terrific character sketches. Please patronize him at the @ Yenu, Jeinu draws. That's DRAWS on Instagram, or the @ JEINU on Tumblr and Twitter. Again, we would like to thank you, our Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter followers, and our YouTube subscribers for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch and Instagram and Twitter, like and subscribe on YouTube, and as Brian the Hammer says, ding that bell. During the stream, we are watching Twitch. Some are at the table. Please feel free to ask questions. While live, we will endeavor to answer them if they're appropriate. Brad, or the Carpathian Adventures, Jumnus Dawnflower, is marketing our t-shirts and sweatshirts and with our Seven-Sided Die logo and other designs. We have a contest running, or a contest that just wrapped up. You're sporting a new look there, man. It threw me for a loop that he is organizing, running. Brad?
I think I got this.
Oh, there's Brad.
Hi. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Brad Camp. Yes. So for official Seven-Sided Die merchandise, you can go to goldenmonkey.threadless.com, and we've got t-shirts with our logo. We've got like a couple other stuff. Tom's got like with sweatshirts. If you're going for a t-shirt,
I have it turned around. I got the camera fixed. So
oh, look at that!
It appears somewhat correct, I believe.
Yeah, it appears
completely
exactly
correct.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Okay.
So that's goldenmonkey.threadless.com. And Mark's got one of the t-shirts on, if you can see that when we switch over to the party. They're cool, they're nice, the tribe ones are really awesome. We just wrapped up our sweepstakes that we were doing, so we have 50 subscribers now. We actually have 52 subscribers. So
one for every week of the year.
Yeah, actually.
So
yeah.
one viewer.
Yeah, and I think we're like, this month is our 1 year streamiversary, like our 1 year anniversary stream.
Actually?
Yeah, it was February. I'm pretty sure it was February, like 16th or something.
Why not? I don't need decks.
Last year. So we've been streaming for a year now, and we just hit 50 subscribers. So tell your friends, because we want to get to 100 to do to have a custom YouTube URL and stuff. So I promised last week that I would pick the winner of the contest, and then I didn't do that because I'm super lazy. So I'm going to do it right now.
Low percentile?
Not percentile, because we only have 18 people. I checked again. 18 people who were public, had their subscriptions public on YouTube. So I'm going to roll a d20. This d20, apparently. Thank you, Dylan. And on a natural 1, the contest ends and no one gets anything. On a 2, we re-roll, and then on a 3 and up, I'm just kidding.
Maybe you should use that die.
Re-roll. Oh, that's right. I'll use one of Jonas's. So 1 and 2, we re-roll. What?
Roll the big one.
Oh, the big one! Yes, the big one. All right, so this is for a free T-shirt. This is for all of the marbles.
All the marbles.
16. So hold on. Ronald Cox.
That's me. I win. No.
It's not you. Ronald Cox, if you're watching this, you've won a t-shirt. That's awesome. Woo! Good for you. I'm going to try to find you on YouTube or somewhere in the world, and if you don't respond in like a week, or by next session, we'll roll again.
You just show up at his house, all of us.
I'm here to give you your t-shirt, Ronald. So that's it.
Whether you get a t-shirt or not, thank you for subscribing.
Yes, thank you for subscribing. We're gonna do another one for 100 subscribers. We might change the rules around a little bit. I still got to talk to the guys about that. But subscribe on YouTube. Tell your friends. Have them subscribe. goldenmonkey.threadless.com for our stuff, and enjoy the show.
We have a couple new followers tonight as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got a couple friends.
Oh, you have a couple friends?
A couple friends. Outside of this group, yes.
No, what?
Congratulations, Mark found a couple friends.
I'm skeptical.
Oh no,
but
do you have
proud.
48 friends?
Thank you,
Well, no, you
Brad.
have to subtract us.
Okay, travel back 700 years. The year is roughly 1318. Hungary is at its height, and the nascent Ottomans are on the rise. While the papacy is being challenged by an anti-pope, the Templars recede into memory, and the Teutonic Order seems to be growing in power. Castles have risen throughout the lands to consolidate feudal power and deal with the Viking threat. Yet Varangian mercenaries still abound. Farther afield than neither Holy nor Roman nor an empire, HRE battles internally, and France continues to duke it out with England. Interspersed among humanity's trials and tribulations, powerful dragons and vampires have some undefined rivalry. Something wicked has unleashed a new horror from the bowels of the earth, and Gundrick may have started a calamity as well. Welcome to the Carpathian adventure. Brad also has a synopsis, I believe, of the previous episode, correct?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Let's go back to the Brad cam here.
To the Brad cam. Everybody's favorite cam. I know.
And talking to Brad.
Okay. So, here is what occurred last session. Leaving Lower Turkey struggling with ghosts and zombies, the champions of the sun made their way to Constantinople, quickly finding their hired ship, the Re d'Italia, along with Argam and Byzance Tararu's son. As they spoke with their companions, Adeltine appeared. She asked Oda if she had it, but refused to clarify what it was or answer any of the party's many questions. Pretty much par for the course there. Adeltine left claiming she may know someone who can help regain Oda's memories. The party warned Oda to be careful because Adeltine can't be trusted. Making their way into town, the party stopped by the Hippodrome, learning that there would be chariot races happening in 2 days, and that the Hippodrome was repaired pretty quickly, actually. The party stopped in the market district and, using Balder's considerable funds, ordered a set of armor for Gemnus and purchased a collection of exotic beasts, including a monkey, a tiger, and a giant snake, the intention being for the ranger kit to train these creatures. Meanwhile, Gemnus and Shalom stopped by the Hagia Sophia, a magnificent church towering over the city. Gemnus was granted an audience with the 3 daughters of his goddess, who is also a Christian saint, maybe? They told him that if he devoted himself to their cause and built a church in Sophia's name, she would grant him power. All the while, Gundrik was making his way back to the party, fighting tooth and fin to get to Constantinople. He nuked the countryside, summoned a demon, sank a ship, turned into a shark, and fell 120 feet through the air onto a very sturdy boat that didn't break under the fall. But after all of that, he finally found Balder and the rest of the party on the streets of Constantinople. The end.
Huzzah, huzzah. I know I didn't warn you, but can you synopsize what happened to Gundrick? Or did Brad kind of touch on everything?
I caught it. Don't worry about it.
I appreciate it. I'm glad somebody appreciated it.
Gundrick heroically escaped the slave ship. He leaped out of the boat with help from this magnificent creature that he summoned, who he then learned had the same craving for knowledge that he does. He made a deal with this creature that for every favor that the creature does for him, Gundrick will bestow upon it one piece of knowledge about this world that it is unfamiliar with. Now, Gundrick, as Brad put it, nuked the countryside. Yeah, I guess that's an accurate term. But that wasn't really in my session. That was in the previous one. Yeah. He defeated the slave ship, got back to shore, bought some stuff that he could then sell off later, And then he met up with the rest of the party at the Hippodrome while they were checking the schedule.
Okay, cool.
And massacred lots, and I mean lots of people died.
Okay, very cool, guys. We're gonna change gears up here for just a moment. So, as part of our, imagine slightly out of sequence, if you will, for role play warm up. You're back on the ship, and Brindlesvig is there. Brindlesvig. I think I know. Where's my Brindlesvig? You're all on board the ship, and Brindlesvig is talking, kind of hanging out as you're crisscrossing the waters. And he says, as a child, I was abandoned to a family of trolls. 14 years later, I was happenstance reunited with my father, Wolfenblick. Tall, lanky, wind-battered, stoic. He had huge, wide sideburns, at least the way I knew him. Despite his rough outward appearance, he was a knight and an academic, dedicated and brilliant. But he had given me up. Having done so, he was then consumed by guilt. I know I had not yet come to terms with it either. He tried to show compassion, but I don't think it was in his nature, or the wind and the storms had battered it out of him. Nonetheless, I, perhaps awkwardly, joined him when I met up with him. I became a crew member on board his ship, the Sturmjäger. We traveled and bonded to the extent that two people could who hadn't seen each other in 14 years. I guess you might say it was a bit of an uneasy bond. Later, when the Sturmjäger voyage, he intended to leave me behind again. I think he thought he was protecting me. Another, but unbeknownst to him, one of my father's enemies, smuggled me aboard for his own purposes. As it turned out, it was a mutinous plan. That's a long story in and of itself, and I know they're all long stories. My father managed to defeat him, but his ship was battered to pieces in a great storm of a Holzdammering. He ordered his crew and me to abandon ship. While I watched from afar, my father piloting alone, and his ship were blown out to sea, to some uncharted area. My adventures then took me hither and yon, and I came to terms with this. Our parting again. Surprisingly, years later, I happenstance came upon him. But now he was a fragment of himself. He was actually a ghostly visage. Not undead, per se, but not my father either. His ship no better, I think. Even in that form, I would like to think he recognized me. I thought he did. I want to believe he did. It was as if he hung on to life, just to see me one more time. He couldn't come with me, not like that, and I couldn't stay with him. As I departed, part of me knew I would never see him again, not this time. I later heard that a great storm, the mother of all storms, claimed him. And he didn't die or disappear. He just faded away to nothing. Did you know your father?
Yes, I did know him. He's the one that taught me the trade of trade. He's a person who runs a underground business, if you understand what I'm saying. He taught me at a very young age that people tend to not be very trustworthy, and that if you can make them trust you, you're way ahead in the lead above everyone else. He, as your father was, an academic. He studied many things, and like me, his knowledge never quite stopped growing. He wanted to know everything there was about everything. And he gets bored of things easily once they stop fascinating him. I stopped fascinating him after a while. So, threw me out of the business, sent me on my own path. Well, I decided screw him. I'll start my own trade. And I did. And I'm just spreading my name now, so that I can become more powerful than him, have more influence than he does, so that I can just be better than him.
And Borinth, is your father alive?
My father
Did
was.
you know him?
Yeah, I knew my father. My father well. In my tribe, the men, warriors, they weren't around much. It's a hostile environment, always off battling and protecting us. And when he was around, he was a good father. He taught me all the skills that I needed to know to survive and take care of my mother and sister. But he was a brutal man. It was a brutal life. And who knows what else out in this world lies from him. I mean, the people that he must have taken from their families. I watched him get cut down in front of my eyes. I've been around 12, 13 years old. And the Teutons were moving through, raiding village after village. And it was a bit of our last stand. And I watched from not too far away as just circling around him was man after man falling and just falling to his axe, just as he just moved around like a whirlwind. And eventually they overtook him. Eventually he fell. But that was life. That's how it was. The tribe raised all of the children as one. So in some way I have many fathers. And in some ways I have none.
And you, Jonas?
I remember a little of my father. I had an accident that affected some of my memories, but pieces do come through. He was a good man. He wasn't a warrior or a scholar or a knight. He was a sailor, a simple man. He loved the sea. He loved me. He loved my mother, my brother, his family. But the sea was his one true love. And that was something he instilled in me. He taught me how to sail. He took me on his voyages, taught me to be a merchant and a sailor. He wasn't always the best at expressing his emotions. He was a good man. He died. He was taken from me. But I like like to think that he died so that I may live.
Mattias, you must have a large family. Is your father still around? Technology fails us.
No, I think he's just messing with you.
That's his poor internet connection.
He's messing with you.
The gods have intervened, Mattias. We'll come back to you.
No.
Yes, somewhat.
That was funny because his mouth didn't move when we heard him. It was like...
We'll come back to you if you can hear us. Kip.
Yeah. Kip didn't know his father very well. His father wasn't around very much. Always traveling. Kip doesn't really know or care where he went or why he went. The few times that he did visit, he was basically an arse, and he made him work the fields and do all errands, and he did teach him how to hunt and how to kill for food, but since he basically abandoned the family, he always made it so that Kip had to grow up way faster than what he should have, and he restricted Kip from doing some things that he wanted to do. So Kip tended to gravitate towards a friend of his father's, and utilized him as an idol and a mentor, and looked more towards him as a father than his own. And then later in his years, he fell. His father fell with the rest of his family during an incident, and Kip didn't feel anything for him.
Kip always talking that third person.
You're such a way with words, Kip. You put that so
My father was an arse.
I feel like I was there.
Yeah.
And you,
Strike that reverse.
Fortunately, my father is no longer with us. Just much like Born's father, he was a fighter, and he died fighting. Fortunately, I did have the honor of sharing the battlefield with him on his final days. And I mean, he was good. He's born to do one thing, and we must have lost half our forces. It looked like the war was basically our revolution, and we were not winning. And he proposed one final idea to storm their gates. And he said he had a plan for how he was going to get in. We knew it was a suicide mission, but he planned to sacrifice himself so that we would win. He must have taken 100 men down before they got him, but it was what we needed. We were able to get in and win the war. I mean, his legacy lives on, and all I can hope is to, when my time comes, to have that same legacy carry on through history.
Mattias, do we have a connection? Maybe not.
Oh, I feel like he's staring you down.
Can you hear me all right?
It's unusual.
I don't know.
Well, one person to be like, my dad is great. He's doing great. Mom and dad, they're living on the vacation on the island.
I send him correspondence every Saturday.
They go there for Sunday dinner.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Sorry.
You're coming back.
I mean, my mentor was pretty
Coming
awesome.
back. Slowly.
Did you guys all feel the same?
We're all
It's the same.
we're all
Kind
hardcore.
of.
We're all
You're
hardcore
kind of coming through
fighters.
patchy.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
We're all hardcore fighters with torn up families, man. What can you do?
There you go.
Regular people don't go on adventures, man. People have to home.
Mom and dad are on vacation in
That
North
is-
Carolina.
That is a good point. That is a good
You
point.
gotta be
Living on
messed
the
up
golf
to go travel
course.
the world fighting people, fighting monsters.
If you were still good with your family, you'd probably be at home with them right now.
It's like, hey, you want to leave your wife and kids and come fight vampires with us? No,
They're cool.
For all I know, that's what Kip's dad could have been doing.
Maybe.
Kip's dad is a vampire.
What?
Dun, dun,
dun.
That would be awesome.
Got pointed
and I could,
teeth
and
and
I would
pointy
slay
ears.
him.
Okay. Just couple
almost.
We keep getting like 2 words from.
That's unusual. It usually works really
Restart
well.
your router, man. And reconnect. Or at least try reconnecting. Maybe just shut down Skype and then reconnect.
Might help.
Okie doke. While that's going on,
Turn it off and on again.
you guys are back in the streets of. Thank you. Back in the
Keyboard's not working
streets
right now.
of Constantinople.
Sitting for hours out of filling it. I think it's called.
Having departed the port and entered the walled city, you note many merchants by land and sea, and you've done some shopping around already from all parts of the world, from Babylon to Mesopotamia, from Media to Persia, from Egypt and Palestine, as well as Russia, Hungary, Serbia, Lombardy, Aragon, and Spain. They've all come to Constantinople to trade. As you guys have come here for your own purposes, probably just to get home, but here you... and when we last left off, you were in the streets heading toward... Some of you were coming out of the Hagia Sophia. Some of you were shopping. And what are you doing?
Before I leave the Hagia Sophia, I'm assuming Shalom is there praying or whatever. I'm going to turn to him and I'm going to say, Shalom, I think I need some fresh air. If you want to stay here and pray, I understand. We can meet up later, but I need...
Shalom nods, and I'm going to go on a leap here and say, he says, if I don't see you beforehand, I'll meet you back at the ship.
Sounds fair.
Cleverly get him
And he would
out
say,
of the way.
and he would say, God be with you.
God be with you. Yes, he would. Oh, and I
With your spirit.
I owe you that. Hand that to
Secrets.
Dun, dun,
I don't
dun.
know if they're secrets per se. You have a
Yes. So my final question for him.
I hope I understand. Is this Capuchin? Did I pronounce it correctly?
I don't know.
Capuchin? Capuchin?
Usually
What did he sell me?
A small monkey.
Whatever he sold me. I picture. That's what I picture. I think.
It's a very
When I
small
picture
monkey,
small,
yes.
like the one that plays the cymbals.
Yes.
With the little top hat.
There you go.
There you go. A little monkey.
You do have
It's
one.
probably smaller than that.
Yeah.
Can you make that your
But
find
that's what I
That's
picture.
hilarious.
Wait, can you make that your find familiar?
No.
That'd be
I
sick
haven't
though.
painted it, but
Perfect.
And a monkey?
Date.
Oh, he's got a
But,
little knife!
I know.
So I guess my
Can't
final
wait to
question
say
for the vendor would
bad
be:
dates.
so what do these creatures eat? What do I feed it?
this one likes fruits.
Fruits. We could do fruit. I could do that.
We gotta make that happen. Alright.
We needed to go to somebody at the palace. I left my notebook at home. I can't remember her name. At the palace that can help us
Irene?
or get information to train.
Yes. The palace.
Irene de Montfort,
Irene.
I believe it was.
To the palace.
Is what the gentleman had told you before.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I just,
Yep, I understand. That's why I would. Gundrick, a couple things that I forgot to. So you have a tiger on its way to the ship. And he says to you, Sahib, this thing consumes a lot of meat. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not bananas.
No.
Okay.
No.
Not bananas. Not bananas.
It shall feast on our enemies.
Okay.
That's what the elf is for.
Yes.
That's what I said last.
Yeah.
Irene de
hardcore.
Montfort is the one that you probably want to see.
Who?
Irene de Montfort.
Irene. Yes. Okay. At the palace.
She takes care of the animals in the arena. Okay.
You only let the tiger out to feed.
Yes. Get him. Gundrick.
Yes.
Some things I forgot to do. Do you have your copy of that spell by chance?
Which
Polymorph?
Paleo de Falco. Paleo de Falco.
Okay.
I want to see your monkey.
Gives all your enemies polio.
Pale de fuoco grosso nana.
Do you have a copy of the spell itself?
It says unknown. I don't have a description of the spell. I do not.
Oh, okay. The fireball.
Yes.
You have that one?
I thought that was the fireball.
It is the fireball. You didn't. I thought I gave it to you. Okay. Well, here it is. Roll a D20 wisdom save.
Me?
Yes, you.
We care
Wisdom,
so
so-
much about
Oh, wow.
monkey and his
Proficiency in
best.
that? Okay.
Dude, it's amazing.
That's a natural one.
Natural 1. Okay, now roll a D12.
Oh no.
Do you have any inspiration? It's your call. You don't have to use it.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm living like this.
You're gonna live on the edge.
12.
12.
That's not gonna be good.
Okay, you gain 12 points of insanity. Okay, I'll give you an. Okay, now roll percentile die and roll high.
50.
Okay,
50.
so you don't go insane.
Oh
Does that
no.
make sense? Had you rolled under, so keep track. You have
now.
12 points of insanity.
We've entered Cthulhu.
At this point.
Okay,
Just gonna send you to
now
the cliffs of insanity.
Jump.
if you remember, those of you who were in the arena
That's
when
it, kind of
Razan's
like
Tararu cast
I'm not gonna take
Paleo
kindly
de
to showing
Falco,
up.
No, it is.
he threw his head back and cackled wildly, and then he stared at the flames afterwards. Right? If you remember that. Because
Don't cast that anymore.
okay.
Maybe it's a
insane
nuke.
enough to
Now,
not a
unrelated to that, roll another wisdom save.
Of course.
This has nothing to do with that spell. I forgot to
Keep
do
it on.
this.
No, I'll re-roll that.
Was that a 1? Was that a 1?
No, it was a 5.
Natural 20!
Natural 20. Okay, nothing happens.
Oh yeah, I should
Put it on your
actually.
paper, man. It
Okay.
doesn't roll.
Mattias, can you hear me at all? No. There's some things we need
He's
to
got to
resolve
restart
with him.
Skype. He hasn't restarted Skype.
If you can hear us, restart Skype. I don't know what else to do.
But can you hear me?
No, we can now.
Breaking up, but you break up. You go in and out. You go in and out.
How about we restart Skype on this end?
Sure. Brad, we're going to hang up here and call you back.
That's this.
Okay, yep.
Red button to hang up. Bye.
And
Call is this one.
it should be the little camera.
See whoever else wants to join the game.
Skype call.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna get like 100 points of insanity and that's just become like super nice
then
and
hit
helpful and
the,
giving?
Accept or whatever. Something.
I mean, I
He's
initiated
got to
the call.
accept.
Oh, he's
Rainer's
got to
gotta
accept. Okay, try calling.
I think it's his internet. Because yours is pretty.
Do you want me to just hang up and wait for him to call back?
Welcome to
No,
America.
because it's going to ring everywhere else.
I think he's connecting.
Maybe.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
What are we doing?
Yes.
We should probably head to the...
Hey there, Balder. Hey there,
we should connect
guys.
with, oh.
Are we doing that right now?
You remember
Are we doing
me,
that right now?
the guy you
Yeah.
abandoned?
Where
Are we
have you
doing this
been?
right now?
Who did we abandon?
You abandoned me. Yeah. Remember when you sailed off without me?
You jumped off a
You know I
cliff.
can see that, right, Kip?
What? I
Did
don't
we
really
see,
know
did
you.
we see the part where you jumped off a cliff?
No, you did not. Because you sailed away by then.
Message Rainer
Well,
to
you
down.
recklessly touched that crystal and something insane happened. Why would we wait for you after that?
You plagued the world with evil.
Okay.
Which we tried to
How is that
correct.
different from any other day?
I'm not with them right now.
That is a
Off
good
to the
point.
side. I haven't seen this.
I'm
yet.
That is
on my way
also
back.
that is also a
I'm not
valid
there
reason
yet
for
as well.
why would we wait for you.
Because I'm so powerful?
Okay, have you two run into each other already?
Apparently.
Yes, I hear
Oh, I
you.
guess.
You said that I was coming up on that
Yes, I
reading the
did,
sign.
but I was
Yeah.
just, my mind.
So he was saying like he
Jumping all
ran
over the
ran
place
up to us.
Oh, we were reading the sign at the arena, I think is how yours ended.
Okay.
So what is that sign?
All of a
I'm
sudden,
looking
you
for-
see Balder and
Yeah.
Kip. If Kip is with
Yeah.
Balder,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We were
I'm
reading
looking
the
for
sign,
him.
so
and understood.
I'm browsing around the streets, so I'm not.
It is packed
Yeah.
with everything you can possibly imagine.
Oh, you broke off
You
from us?
two just ran into each other.
Mhm.
What do you say? You say hello. How have you been?
Is that all waiting for me?
Yeah.
You guys
we
are
already
done.
started. So
Oh,
that's
okay, I'm
fine.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, he was correct. We were reading that sign at the
At the Hippodrome. Right.
But still, so he ran up to us. All right. We'll
And
go
what does
from
the
there.
sign say exactly?
Just the
races
event.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta have a membership.
Sign says, "Don't trust Gundrick."
Well, I would know if it said that because I can read anything that's anywhere.
Is
so-
your hand exposed? Can we see
Oh, yeah.
your
It would be.
bad hand?
Is it
So
still
what
like
happened?
pale and blue and everything?
More like a tree trunk.
Oh, okay.
So what happened to you after that whole situation?
Well, first, after you abandoned me, I tried to find my own way. So, ran around, countered some archers. They didn't like me. Who the hell knows why? I mean, maybe it has something to do with this.
I could imagine why.
Who knows? I
feel
mean,
like when you
it's not
touched
like your
the
radius is
crystal,
pure evil.
You abandoned us.
Fair point. Counterpoint. You didn't drag me onto the ship. Which you are very, very capable of doing.
Disappeared.
We almost lost
he
our
not
lives
disappear?
trying to correct what you did.
We fought the zombies, and he was not there. He disappeared, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I feel like you disappeared.
Anyway, let's just move past that whole me being the bad guy here. I mean, you are the ones who abandoned me. Hey, on my journey here, after you guys abandoned me, I sunk a slave ship. Okay, I guess that's pretty good. Is it? I don't know, I'm not really like the best moral example.
I mean, slavery, not
you
really
you sunk the
illegal
slave
here.
ship, but were the slaves on board?
I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Minor detail.
Typical Gundrick.
You're focusing on the details here.
Let's see.
Okay, so Jumnus, you're coming out of the Hagia Sophia, and you see Borinth approaching as he's walking through the streets.
Friend,
Friend,
did you find what you're looking for in there?
I found more questions.
You look unsettled.
I need time to think things through. I need to make heads or tails of what I've learned and what I've been told.
What is it like in there?
It's architecturally, it's magnificent. It's one of the most grand buildings I've ever seen. And it's a peaceful place. There's art and murals, and mosaics.
Big buildings fall. They burn.
Yeah, everything
It'll last
does in the
forever.
end. We were supposed to meet the party at back at the Hippodrome.
I suppose. I don't necessarily know my ways around here. Just looked at some animals. Kip bought animals.
Yes. What sorts of creatures?
So the big cat, a really big cat. I don't know what he plans to do with it, and a snake.
Like a Charlie-sized cat?
We're going to open a
much
zoo.
bigger snake than that. Much bigger cat. Some may call
Tell me when to stop.
But no, you're not going to have enough. You're not going to have enough wingspan, my friend. Not enough wingspan.
Really?
Not even enough wingspan for me.
What is he gonna eat?
I thought we were going to eat it, but apparently I may have offended a few, including the shopkeeper. That I thought we were going to let him go and hunt him and kill him and eat him. I thought that's that's what you
Is
do.
that something you do in your tribe?
Well, yeah. I mean,
you release specific. I mean.
Oh well, no, but I mean,
just
he's
nature.
Kip,
That makes sense.
like Kip. He talks funny, and I thought maybe that was like a thing that they do. Well, my people, we just go out there and hunt wild animals. We kill them
How do
and
we
eat them.
ensure that these creatures, and the snake too? The snake is a small.
The snake was in a cage. I did not see the snake, but
Okay.
I was told that there
Preys.
was. I was told that there was a snake.
How do we prevent these creatures from eating us?
I think that we find out if they're going to eat Kip first.
Okay.
And if they don't eat Kip first, then maybe they won't eat us. Right? I mean,
it sounds
he's
dangerous.
little,
It sounds
so
dangerous.
we're bigger. Well, I'm bigger, so I think maybe, you know, might be okay.
Yeah, I'm sure even if they ate Kip, we could probably handle it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. So that happened.
Okay.
But I don't know where. I mean, the Hippodrome is that's the big building. Shouldn't it be destroyed? Shouldn't it be? That's what we had the big fireball thing, right?
Yeah, since we're Byzantines were attacked. But we saw it before, right? As we walked past it, it's repaired.
Well, I mean, it was blackened, and you still see soot marks and so forth.
Okay.
But it wasn't. And while there was some physical damage that you witnessed when the explosion happened, most of it was fire damage.
Right.
So it didn't. It's not like the walls, stone walls, were knocked down per se.
So structurally, it was pretty much didn't fall or crumble. It just
The foundations were good.
Yeah. As long as the foundations.
I mean, there were a lot.
Yes, as long as the foundations.
Lots and lots and lots of people killed.
Yeah, it probably took a hell of a lot of.
And also many more trampled in the effort to.
Yeah, so they had to do a lot of scrubbing, is what you're saying. Okay.
I mean, I guess maybe they are good at construction here. Maybe these buildings will last
It's
quite a while.
I mean,
from what I saw, or what I remember,
it's a city.
think
That's what they
anything
do
would've-
is they build and they expand.
that's part of the problem.
But sure, let's head to the Hippodrome. And we head to the Hippodrome.
Okay, you meander through the streets. It is packed. They are filled with stalls, all types of scents and everything you can imagine, trinkets and baubles up and down, and you make your way toward it. You can't miss the Hippodrome. It's absolutely massive, and it stands out among the entire area. And as you are approaching it, you can see it coming up along one side of it. And it's a long roadway along one side of the Hippodrome itself. And then down the roadway a little ways, you see wedged among lots of other people that are coming and going along the edge of it. It's more like a thoroughfare along the edge of it. You see some of your fellow party members. Thank you, Mark.
Do I see all three of them?
All three. You see, yes, you do see all three.
anyone
You see
else?
three. You see 1, 2, 3. Yes, you see three. Maybe 4.
I'm going to stop Jomnus and put my arm out and stop him.
You see Kip, Balder, Gundrik, and Mattias. I think Mattias. He's kind of like fading in and out.
Right. He's shifting, he's plane
glitching.
shifting,
He saw
yeah.
Gundrick and he just
The
had to
Matrix.
step away.
I knew this was a video simulation. I knew this was a video game simulation.
I'm gonna stop Jomnus. See what I see right here.
I'm
You see who is here, who has the nerve to be here.
Gundrick Fox.
Remind you that there would be no evil that was spread by our last ordeal if it wasn't because of him.
I approach Gundrick.
This needs to end. And I'm going to approach him as well.
Bam.
Except Jomnus is going to come in front of him. I'm going to go behind him.
Oh, good cop, bad cop. Okay.
Oh no,
No.
there ain't no good cop.
Bad cop. Bad
It's
cop.
bad cop, my friend.
Should I put the monkey in the middle?
The monkey's already in the middle. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but this time we actually have a monkey.
That is true. That's a fair point.
Hey guys.
Gundrick Voxel, you swine. Let me see it.
See what?
Show it to me.
Show you what?
You know
I
what
do
I'm talking
not
about.
know what you're talking about.
Show me
Can
your
you
arm.
stop? Okay, the arm. Thank you for stop playing the pronoun game.
I see the arm. It's a big evil tree trunk.
Well, it doesn't say evil written across it, unless you wrote evil on it.
like drawing on a cast.
I know it's
No.
evil. I know it's evil because he used it against me.
And there's like a skull on it.
I know it's evil because he used it against me. I'm going to chop his arm off.
Well, roll
I'm going to rage.
roll
In the
initiative.
middle of the city?
Roll initiative. And whoever's involved in this, please roll initiative.
Please help.
That's not bad.
No, that's not so good.
Oh, my initiative.
Why would it be your initiative if it's just a sneak attack? If I'm attacking before.
I'm on guard. You walked directly behind me.
Oh, are you behind him?
I'm behind
Yeah,
him.
they're flanking me right now.
Okay, roll. Would you put, Mark? Could you put the initiative order up there? Just so that may I see it? Who?
What do we got? We got, what'd you get, Gundrick?
11.
11. 4.
I have a 6, but
Okay,
even though I was attacking
and
first.
Jumnus.
I have an 18. So right up top.
Okay, I'll see.
Sorry.
Borith, go ahead and go.
Yeah?
But, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Right for the arm.
I get 2 attacks because I'm raging. That's a 19 plus 11. Pretty
Sure.
that hits. Second attack. Oh, that's
2 plus
so that's a 14.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Oh, nice. So both hit. All right, let me get that.
So I guess we can just assume unless it's a natural one, you hit me.
No.
I mean, yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Yes.
he just rolled a 2. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Oh, man. That's
I'm
remarkable.
prepared to be unconscious.
11 plus 8. So that's 19.
That's nothing new to you, though, Gundrick.
The first attack is 19. The second attack is 16 is a 17. 2 points of damage.
Of course.
And I'm going straight axe handle down on his arm. I'm just trying to take it off.
Okay, you did how many points of damage?
What did I do
Total?
22
I'm at
points?
22, so
No,
36.
Oh, 36 points of
Yeah.
damage.
So you're unconscious then?
No, I'm at 22.
Or you're at
Wait,
22?
but wait a minute. Did you?
Was I at full?
You
or
never
no?
had You never had a long rest or anything.
Oh yeah, so I would probably be unconscious then just from the first hit.
I hit the button.
Because you never took a long rest, short rest, anything. You came right off the boat.
Harder.
I used all 7 of my hit die. I think that brought me up to like 21. So then 21 minus 36, I'm at negative 15 either way. So
You're at 0.
yeah.
You drop. He drops to the ground, unconscious. You see people around you screaming and starting to like push away as all of this is going on. What are you doing?
I'm going to remove his arm.
Describe to me what you're doing. He's laying on the ground. What are you doing?
I'm going to push his arm out. So
As
that
soon as he
how-
touches the
whatever-
arm, does it go off or anything?
Not touching
He
that part of
falls.
it.
I'm gonna take my shield and I'm gonna put it over his arm, like so nothing touches it, but it leaves his upper part exposed
I need
to
gloves.
be chopped up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
Roll to hit.
come back down.
I
and
don't
strike
have a knee
down.
from him though.
He's down. Is it
Just don't roll a
auto
one.
crit? That's 18 plus 11.
Sure.
Okay, just don't roll.
18 plus 11.
Sure.
18 plus 11.
That was remarkable, dude. Those die are so good. Where did you get them?
Sure.
My favorite
Why
die in the
not?
world. I just literally rolled 3 18s in a row.
You're standing in the middle of this street, and this guy is laying on the ground. Jumnus puts his shield over the arm, and you're lifting up your axe and you're whacking it down. The blood is spurting across as your axe cleaves into it. You feel the crunch of the muscle, and it hits the bone. You feel another crunch, and it starts to break through the bone. And the third crunch, and the arm severs off, and it flops over to the side.
I
So
have
you
a
know, for those
theory.
3 attacks, I did 50 points of damage.
I'm dead. According to game rules, I'm dead.
Okay, then you're dead.
Your arm. He was
You
aiming
know-
at your
I knew it.
arm.
Of course, it was gonna happen.
I have a theory
What's
that
that?
I really hope is right.
Okay, that's fine.
Let the guards come.
Go ahead.
I'll kill them too.
I don't know. That's a
You
good
chose
idea.
him
I'm raging right
over
now.
me.
Yes. The more neutral-minded person of the pure evil monster is touching crystals and
Okay. What was
causing
your,
zombie apocalypse.
If you do kill the guards, save them for the meat.
And the eyeballs.
okay, and that is Borinth. Jumnus, you see guards approaching. What are you doing?
It's okay.
I'm gonna keep the arm under the shield and I'm gonna slide it away from Gundrick.
One,
Oh.
2, 1.
It's weak but readable.
I know. Marty's just over here giggling happily in the corner.
I'm fine with killing him.
I will. I'm gonna start to take out like some kind of cloth or something that I can wrap the arm in, and seeing that things are going to hell around us, I will shout. He to the crowd. He had the plague. We had to amputate his arm, or lest it spread. And I will
Bet you
shout
wish you had
that
plus 8 persuasion.
repeatedly.
Show him
into the crowd.
Show them the cursed arm, the diseased arm.
I mean, is anybody like actually like trying to investigate that, or am I? I'm imagining I'm just shouting out in a like crazy.
I'm not in initiative, but I feel like I would jump in and kind of calm him down now that he's already severed the arm.
Okay.
Well,
You had
rage mode.
Baldur starts
Frenzy.
coming over toward you. What you have this arm underneath the shield.
Yeah, it's like the shield.
It's on the
is-
ground. You see the shield slightly moving.
Oh no! I'm gonna keep my foot on top of the shield.
Okay.
To kind of hold it down.
Yeah, and it's like
Is it moved like Evil Dead style?
it seems like it's something doing something.
I'm gonna tell Lycoa to go get it.
No!
What?
Your wolf is about to
I'm
die.
gonna kick your wolf
sorry.
in the face. Don't do that.
I am so sorry, but it's about to die.
Is it trying to move towards him? Can we
Okay,
tell?
whoa.
You stop it.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's under my shield, so
That was. I'm just
I
going to
don't
leave it
see
as it
that.
appears. Shalom's not here. Kip, you're up. What are you doing?
No, I guess. What do I see? Do I see the shield moving?
I guess.
Or like, am I
roll
gonna
a
see
perception check, disadvantage. This is all going absolutely. Just roll a
I'm
d20
very fast.
twice.
Yeah, so it's more like we were
This is
just in the middle of
just
talking
chaos.
to him.
Okay.
And then he attacks
Or
me.
it just knocks him down and
that-
cuts his arm off right in front of us.
That's
There
a
was some
19.
preamble. I yelled at him a little bit.
Okay, you don't see the shield yet. It would
Okay.
have been very difficult.
So then I'm just kind of standing there back. I'm just standing
Okay,
back.
that's Kip. Mattias, can you hear me? Mattias.
As soon as I heard
Mattias,
tree
Mattias.
truck, I thought
Okay, we'll
chaos.
come
As soon
back
as
to
I thought chaos,
Mattias.
I thought regeneration.
Baldur, you're up. What are you doing?
I will run over and kind of push Borinth off of Gundrick after he severed the arm.
Okay, and Borinth, that's what you're doing. And Gemnis, you are up again.
The arm is still struggling under my shield.
Yes, it feels like it is.
Needs to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Fireball.
I'm not gonna fireball. I'm not gonna fireball it.
And there goes the
Yes, but we got next time. We got to get this set up earlier. Okay, nope.
Divine intervention, the arm.
What?
There was an update that I hadn't anticipated. That's why I was late.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, so we have it. Okay.
Well,
so,
it'll do for now.
yeah. I am going to. Am I able to? If I cast like a spell, like say for example the spell Burning Hands, which creates a 15-foot cone. Am I able to like control it and direct it so that it is more contained? Like if I was to lift up the shield and try to do Burning Hands under it, would I still be launching 15 feet of cone?
I don't think that it would suddenly. I mean, this is just me arbitrarily ruling right at this moment. You might be able to control the width at which whatever it hits underneath the shield, but it's not going to like suddenly get absorbed by the stone and just stop.
Yeah, but can I, in my casting, just decide it's only like a 5-foot cone or like a 3-foot cone, or is it just going to be the full?
Read your spell.
It specifies. It just says it's a 15-foot cone, so it doesn't say I can control it.
I'm going to say it's a 15-foot cone.
Okay, so then I will not do that. I will
For right now, unless I hear something.
Do it anyway.
Just fireball the arm. Nothing bad will happen. Pick up my spellbook and use that 4th level fireball.
I'm just going to use my action and just try to hold it down and just
Okay.
maintain control.
Okay, roll a strength check with advantage.
Strength check.
Yes, I did. Or athletics.
It's your strength minus.
Athletics is much better. That's a 20.
Okay,
Dirty 20.
20. It seems to be, it's like struggling. You're having to put your weight against it to hold it in place, but it seems to be doing so. Gundrick, make a death saving throw, correct?
Fail.
Not great, Bob.
I'm gonna be out of inspiration. Fail.
Jeez. Oh no.
Success.
Okay, so first success. Okie doke. Borinth, you are up. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm going to stay in character. I'm going to push Balder away, and I'm going to finish the job I started.
Okay,
I'm going to hit him again.
Oh, you're trying to hit him again.
I'm finishing the job I started. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the
So
job.
you're trying to kill me.
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay.
You are an evil in this world, and I'm taking you out.
Sure.
Oh no.
Not.
Oh no.
I don't know how
memorize suits.
I don't have the rules
this
for
shouldn't
D&D,
be-
but I'm not moving out of the way. So
Listen,
somebody
this
has to-
shouldn't
to
be
push me
a
out of the way.
surprise.
Okay.
I mean, you've done some horrible things to me.
Roll.
You've done some horrible
we
things
can't
to
have
the
this
world.
conversation. The roll. I'm going to say that Balder is in your way. They're with. You're going to have to somehow do a athletics. I mean, strength versus strength or athletics.
Okay.
I really don't want to say something right now in case it makes things worse, so I'm not going to.
I have advantage because I'm raging.
Straight up for all of us.
There's Matias.
21.
Oh no.
21.
21.
Come on!
Oh, not 21.
Can I use inspiration on his roll?
I'm going to say you're on.
He's
you're
able to push me out of the way.
You're in the death throes at this point. I think you'd be focusing on.
His rage is just too powerful.
Okay, so you
inspiration?
push past
Raging.
Balder.
It's just you.
Borinth pushes past you. You can get in. How
so good character.
many strikes would you normally get?
I mean, I could take 3, but
I'm
I
going to
mean,
give you 1 at this point.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna curb him. My foot, my bare foot.
Oh no.
It's a 17 plus 8.
Because you guys were
8
like
plus 8.
fighting to
so
pass
17
each
plus
other.
8 to hit.
Okay, he hits.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, obviously you fail 1 death save. Okie doke, I believe.
Jesus, my God.
That was Borinth. Shalom is not here. Kip, Kip, what are you doing?
Sure.
Listen,
I know.
it's not personal.
I know.
It's not personal.
I'm gonna
You gotta understand that. It's
touch
not-
Balder's
it's not nothing
arm
to do with
I'm
and
going to
just
make a
say,
wizard. I'm going to name a
"Stay
bunch
back,
of
my
Goxel.
friend."
It's going to be great.
and take a coin and say, I put this on Borinth.
I need to get all the bad rules out now. We can't just
Kill him. Do you want to get in his way again?
Medius,
We'll find out.
you are up. What are you
One
doing?
turn.
Let's just roll
Is
there, see if
someone
you can put me
between me
over
and
negative
him?
100.
Between you and who?
Technically, you would automatically die.
The crit.
Is someone between you and who?
Crit.
Who's
I think I know what you're saying, but use names just so
The
that I'm.
cretin.
Oh, Gundrick.
Gundrik Voxel.
Yes.
Oh,
Somebody, no, you are right there, the way it stands right now.
I give him a hearty kick.
Oh.
Oh no.
A kick.
Goodbye, fair world.
Okay, you kick him.
Put me in front of Borin.
Oh, in front of Borinth. So these are switched then.
He's down on the
Okay.
ground. Too.
he's down?
Roll
Yeah,
to
Gundrick
hit.
is.
Well, I'm not actually trying to do lethal damage. I'm just doing non-lethal.
That's
I'm
me.
trying to aiming for non-lethal.
Okay, your foot goes into him. He's already unconscious. Unless you're trying to do damage, you tell me.
No.
Okay, so your foot kicks into the body.
That could be the spell.
Mattias, that was Mattias. Balder, you are up. What are you doing?
Wizard, what do you think?
All right. So I will. I guess grapple is the term, right? I'm going to attempt to
I
grab
think we talked about
Borin.
it.
Okay, you try to grapple Borinth.
What are you doing? You've severed the arm. Leave him alone.
Roll
Gundrik
your
just
strength
can't
versus
exist
his
anymore.
strength. Your strength athletics versus his strength
I'm going
athletics.
wizard so I can keep on.
18 plus 8. So.
Oh, 18 plus 9.
Other things.
Okay.
Get plus 9.
Because that's what I have right now.
Druid, and then you can
Boring.
transform an animal.
Baldur comes up, wraps his arms around you, and grabs you.
That might be something
Okay,
you can do.
the opponents. You're gonna go on your own.
Huh?
You feel guards pushing up behind you.
Plus
What are you
my
doing?
2.
I'm gonna turn and try and stall them. I guess.
How?
Just try and like push back against them, right? Because they're pushing up behind me.
Okay. So what do you mean? You're trying
They're
to?
trying to push past me, right?
Yes,
so
they're
I'm just
trying
gonna
to
like
push
push
past you.
back.
They're not trying to hurt you.
Right.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Strength. You would probably hear me yelling about the plague if that changes anything.
11, 8.
Beat
No,
a
9.
20.
9. Yeah. No,
Okay.
That's fine.
That's
I'm frail.
Both managed to push right past you unless you do anything.
I'll just say, stay back. He's got the plague.
What language do you say it in?
Oh, Gaelic. I guess I would say Greek. Hellenic.
Hellenic? Okay, Hellenic. They
I don't have
roll
prep
a
today.
persuasion check.
I had a bunch of other fun stuff that I just didn't get to use at all.
And this guy pushes up this way. Persuasion. This one's yelling in Hellenic.
16.
Drop your weapons! Drop your weapons! 16? They're not ready to buy it just yet.
Suit yourself.
You're gonna
Okay.
contract the plague. You're gonna
This one, I assume you don't. He yells, drop your weapon. You
I'm
probably
up.
don't even understand.
He's got a death save first.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And
Yes.
okay, that was the opponent's.
keep your last inspiration.
I'm sorry, Jumnus, you're up. And that was yours. Okay, good. I mean, not good, but whatever.
I will continue
Oh,
both
you go again? Oh, right.
yelling about the plague
Don't I go?
and keeping the. No, I
No.
think you're after me.
Oh, I thought you went already.
It's-
That's
no,
why.
he didn't.
Okay.
Oh, then things were a little out of order.
Yeah.
I will continue yelling about the plague in Adventurer's Cant because it's the only language I have that anybody might understand.
Roll a persuasion check.
Sure.
Bet you wish you had plus 8.
That is a 19.
That's good.
Okay.
wake
They
up.
seem to be wavering, the guards that are approaching at this point. Gundrick, you just did your death save. Borinth, you are up. You are grappled at the moment.
I'm gonna throw Baldur over my shoulder.
All my stats.
Okay, strength versus athletics. And how does grapple affect your...
Oh, so bad.
Ooh.
Oh, you should have
8
good
plus 8,
athletics.
16.
8 plus
16.
9. 17.
Oh, really?
It's an 8.
Oh, no.
All right, second attack. I'm gonna throw him over again.
Can you do that if you fail a grapple?
I'm
No,
going
I
to say...
still get my
isn't that
3
your
attacks.
full
I'm
action?
in a
The-
frenzied rage right
the
now.
way-
Yeah, but isn't your full action to break a grapple?
Go ahead.
No, it's-
Oh, he's grappled?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then
It's
you have to
action to
use
break
an
the grapple.
action to
Yeah.
escape the
did.
grapple.
But I get 3. I get 3.
No,
No,
if you're
in
making
action
a grapple, it's
to
an
break the
attack.
grapple.
If you're breaking a grapple, it's an action. Although you
Okay.
you don't have to break the grapple. You can try to. I don't know. You
That's okay. I know.
technically-
I tried to do it like an attack, like throw him
So
over my
I'll just
shoulder,
kind
throw
of
him
just
like
start.
that.
I'll just start slapping you on the shoulder, like, "Come on, what are you doing?"
I'm going to say you're still held.
It's Gundrik.
Okay, for right
Yeah.
now. Okay, that's
This
Borinth.
man is
Zach
cursed.
Shalom is not
He's
here.
cursed
Kip
and he's
is up.
killed
What are you
how
doing?
many countless
I'm gonna
people?
try to assist in holding Borin down.
Okay, you got to push your way. You're like in an
Oh, okay.
alleyway. You got to push
gotta
your
calm-
way.
we gotta
through
calm
it.
the big man
Next
down.
round's attacks.
Yeah. So,
gotta
would I be able to get to him to do that this time, or am I just gonna get to him this time? The next time. I can...
Mattias, you going to let your cohort pass?
Yes.
Okay, so you could squeeze past stepping over Gundrick.
I choose to be an obstacle.
And I'll say, "Calm down, my friends. Calm down."
Oh, yeah. the next
Okay,
one.
that's
Yeah.
Kip. And then obviously it's up to him what he does. Mattias, you're up. What are you doing? You see this
Are the guards
chaos.
coming? Are the guards coming from my direction?
There
They're right next to you
are
now.
there are 2 guards right next to
The
you,
monkey's pickpocketing me,
and there's another one.
I say
cutting their
I
Achilles
say
heels.
in Hellenic. I believe I speak Hellenic. I say yes. I should speak Turkish at least.
monkey has?
Same thing.
I say, gentlemen,
Check the
please
pockets.
stand back. This situation is quite sensitive.
Roll a persuasion check.
1 billion.
Billy.
Okay.
1 million.
And that is a
1d500.
plus
Natural war.
That's exactly what happened. You got this big ass dice.
A 17.
17. They're wavering. They're still wavering on the edge here. They're like, one of them says to you in Hellenic, "What's the problem? Why are you fighting?"
Just a quarrel over money.
Stop being a tree.
It's what?
He cheated at cards.
You broke up, Mattias. It's what?
It's complicated.
It's complicated enough that you cut off his arm and there's blood spewing all
They
over the
wouldn't
street.
see the arm.
No, I have the.
No, he doesn't see the arm, but he sees the stump.
There was a severe infection. His arm had a severe infection.
He's got the plague!
Okay, we'll come back to you.
If it had not been
to see the
amputated,
arm.
Okay.
it would have spread.
It was a good attempt. He was not high enough. Boulder, you're up.
I had the perfect excuse for you guys, but I'm not gonna say
What
it.
can you do while you're grappling someone?
You can try
Knock
and
him
roll
unconscious.
into the ground. You can try and roll away with him. I mean, your arms are wrapped around him, I assume, unless you're telling me you're doing something different. You've got your arms wrapped around him. His arms, he's trying to break free of you.
Yeah. So I'll just try and pull him away then.
Okay, roll a strength versus strength then.
And,
Strength?
Would I be,
Yep.
would I
This
be
is not to
assisting
break a
him
grapple. To assist who?
to assist Boulder? Because I was trying to help keep Boring down.
Sure, I'll let you throw in.
This is where back you from moving.
Sure, an assist for an advantage. Sure.
Would that be me rolling? Or
He
you would
gets
get- okay.
advantage. You're just
God.
assisting.
15
So push your
5,
figure up.
so
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, I'm there.
That's against
23.
I'm right there.
Plus 9.
It's
22.
straight. It's straight.
22?
Not.
Still 9.
What's that?
Still 9, but it's 22. He's
Okay,
gonna beat
so
you by
How
one.
could
You
it still
didn't-
Be, how could it still be?
What? It's 5.
If it's straight, not a save
Oh,
or
then
not a
it's-
skill check.
then it's
just
6, I
straight
think.
strength.
So it's still losing.
Either way,
it's 6 if it's straight.
You're still
So
below him. You don't break the grapple, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
6 if it's straight.
move you as well, correct?
I don't know.
You did not exceed his number, correct?
No.
Okay. He's still got his arms wrapped around you, but he tried to move you, but you planted your feet and held your ground at that moment. Okay, that was
Boris, calm down.
Baldur, the opponents. Several
this.
guards. One guard steps forward over this body here, and you hear a couple other guards approaching from behind. Rather, you see them approaching from the other way, Kip. And nobody sees back there. Okay, and these guys step in right here, trying to step into the middle of what's going on.
Very brave men.
They know
Why'd you
what's
have to send
going
the
Very
tiger
brave
to the
and
ship?
very
Why couldn't you just
stupid.
brought it with you?
Okay, they're not attacking you. They're trying to figure out what's going
Yeah.
on at the moment. Okay, they see, they don't know that he's Borinth, but they see Borinth held. They see two individuals trying to hold him back. They see a body laying on the ground, and everyone else is not actively fighting, so they're not really doing anything per se. That's the opponents. They're not really, whatever you want to call them. Jumnus, you are up. Gundrick, you're on deck.
I'm saying in adventurers camp. I can explain.
Wait.
There is
Did he sever
terrible
the
illness.
hammer?
We had to amputate. There was the plague.
I think
His arm is under here.
Isn't the hammer
It's
doing that?
diseased, I will say.
Oh wait.
And as I'm trying to I'm maintaining pressure on the arm
Okay.
as well.
I think he has that. halberd
Roll
thing,
a
right?
persuasion check, and then roll a
Smashes
strength
it
check.
off.
Oh no. Okay, I'll take it. That's a 17.
17.
And a strength. That's not great. So I'm gonna use one of these bad boys if we can move that over. Much better.
Nice.
Is it strength or athletics?
You
Just
pick.
strength?
You pick.
I mean, athletics is better. Either way, it's a 23 or a 20.
Okay, you
25.
managed it. Your foot or whatever's holding the shield in place is holding it
Yeah.
down. You feel it like pushing up against your foot, almost like.
At this point, I'd probably kneeled that. Like I'd be putting all of my body.
Okay,
into
so
it.
you drop to a knee and you're holding it down, but you can still feel something banging
Right.
up against your knee at this moment. They look at you. They're not really sure how to take it, and they're saying, "Stop fighting. We'll sort this out." That's all they say. Up to you guys what you do. Okay, that's Jumnus. Gundrick, you are up.
Fail.
That'd be easy.
So So it's 1 success, 1 fail, correct?
It's 2 success, 2 fail.
He pulls out his horse, sits on it.
Fail.
Fail.
2 success, 3 fail? Okay. Gundrick, Pornith, you are up. What are you doing?
I'm gonna yell at Jomnus to show them the arm. Show them the arm!
No!
This man is cursed.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
He's killed countless. He's just admitted to sinking a ship. And I'm gonna break the grapple. Try to break the grapple.
Not to the guards,
But
I did it.
Just try to break Baldur's grapple. I'm not doing it like
point.
I'm attacking him. I'm just gonna try to pull myself out of his grapple.
Roll 1 versus the other.
And were you even
What are we
there when I said I
rolling
set the
though?
ship?
Are we rolling
Yeah.
straight strength or are we rolling
No. We were not.
athletics?
Roll athletics.
Am I still assisting?
Oh, come
If you
on.
want. So you
Yeah.
have advantage.
18
So
plus
advantage.
8.
You got me.
You get advantage.
Hopefully that helps.
This is unbelievable.
27.
Doesn't.
Eight.
Times.
19 or
So I
20.
break out his
You
grapple.
break out.
But then I
Drop my
Oh, come on! You're not even gonna finish me off.
just stop right
You
there.
have 3 guesses.
Well, there's guards all
He
around
doesn't know
us.
that.
Well, you don't know.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
He just paid attention to the
Well, I'm
dragon.
staring right at the guards.
I understand.
Oh,
I'm talking to.
Oh, okay. So I as soon as I break Baldur's, because now I got Baldur and Kip on me, I just break it and I just do the bro.
One last show.
I'm just like
Bro.
hanging off his arm.
I didn't do nothing.
I'm good,
We got
bro.
him.
I'm just like dangling from his muscles.
I'll drop my rage.
Shalom's not here. Kip, you're up.
Oh, I
You
will.
were assisting Baldur. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
So you. Okay, so I will release you, and I will go to check on Gundrick, and I will cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, understood. Mattias, you are up. What are you doing?
I'm going to try. So the guards have basically just said resolve it ourselves,
No, they've said stop fighting.
right?
They've barked at you to stop fighting.
I take it you don't have Revivify.
Okay. I'm just going to wait and see what happens for now.
Okay, you're
We don't
standing
have
by.
any diamonds.
I don't know.
Baldur,
I
what are you
don't
doing?
Material components.
No,
question.
sold a bunch. Yeah,
No, he sold
I
it.
guess if he's surrendering, then I will just drop my hammer and kind of do the same with the guards.
Okay.
As long as he's not being combative anymore.
Jumnus, what are you doing?
I will continue doing what I've been doing.
Okay, you're holding down your foot, you're kneeing against the arm.
Yeah.
You still feel it like flopping away underneath. Gundrick.
Feel the void.
Darkness envelops you. And you see a figure in the distance. And it slowly approaches you. And it says to you, "Hello, Gundrick." And you recognize it.
Who is it?
What was that breathing noise?
Rainer.
That's Rainer.
It's Rainer.
Oh, this person.
If you could adjust that, Mark.
That's good, right?
The figure approaches you and says, "You know where you are, right?
No.
You're dead."
I'm dead.
Yes, you're dead.
Well, that's unfortunate. Thought I'd live longer. Become more powerful. How are you here?
I'm here to take you
Take me where?
to where you will stay, unless you want to do something else. Either way, you're dead. You can serve me in ways that I desire, but you won't return to the living.
I just have a question. Are you La Regina Fata?
No. No, but I've heard that name. She's very powerful, yes.
No matter what my option is, I'll remain dead, however.
I'm sorry?
No matter what my options, though, I will remain dead.
Are you asking her that?
Yes.
You're dead. You might come back in some other form.
If I don't serve you, what's the other place like that I will be going to? Oh no. Fire and brimstone.
Looks like it's already on the screen.
Yeah.
Dark.
Smells like sulfur.
I gave a coin to someone once. Hell already froze over.
She says, walk with me for a bit.
This is that nothingness. How would I? Where's the floor?
She says, walk with me for a bit.
Okay.
Technology. On that note, we will be right back.
We'll get back with
Bored.
You've done some
I
pretty
mean,
horrible
Welcome
things.
back.
It's not. It's nothing. It's you.
Just had a beautiful moment
We
here.
love
right?
playing.
We love playing.
We do.
A character who has been with us for a long time is suddenly meeting not his maker per se, but
Something.
something akin to that. She shows you what home looks like. It's a very dark, cold, unwelcoming area.
And what would it look like if I were to serve you?
It would look like that place you were, but you would be serving me.
But serving how exactly?
That would be for me to decide. Question is, do you want eternity here? Or do you want to continue out there?
I'll wander here.
Very well. Welcome home. She says, and you hear the screams of many voices about you. And she says, make yourself comfortable.
Well, now that I'm hearing the screams, I want to go with you.
Things a little bit.
We're gonna change our mind.
Are you kidding me?
What is pertinent information?
My
before I made this choice.
Things that would have been helpful, yes.
Ugh! You are dead. Gundrick.
Dead as this horrible die. Rolled a 6.
Wow.
Has emphasis.
Pour one out. It's from my homie.
I don't have any more.
I really hoped you weren't gonna like the first thing in the game is be like, "Hey guys, here I am. Let's go." I really hoped I wasn't gonna go out that way because as soon as I saw you,
Yeah.
I mean,
I had a potion of flying. I was just gonna fly up above you and try and talk my way out of it. But
Should we
nope.
hit his body?
That's
have
right,
an
you didn't have
arm
any
to deal
spells, because I was like, you
didn't
are
have
gonna
any
nuke this place again
The
in the
cartoon
exact same
I
spot.
couldn't have.
Yeah, no, I know. I realized that after, because you didn't have any spells, but...
Do I find a spell book and take levels?
Sure. Take all my stuff.
Do it.
Sure. Here.
Kip goes down
Put
the
it to
dark
good use.
angle.
I have so many spellbooks here.
The spirits that he
Listen.
sees becomes his patron.
I have scrolls and
Listen.
stuff.
Gundrick's done some pretty horrible things. All right.
The spirits
He's
that he
killed a
sees
lot of
become his
people.
patron.
Give him up.
He has.
Who makes
Gundrick-
who
No.
makes
Boring judge,
Lasting-
jury, and executioner.
Well, I mean, we're
My
gonna have to
rage.
deal with this. We're gonna have to deal
So
with it.
he's
Either way.
stolen from people. He's killed people. He's attacked us. He's set evil out in the world constantly.
I think
Kinda
Dylan,
hard-
I think
kinda hard
Dylan
to come back.
I
understands
just lost my
what
paperclip.
Gundrick has done.
Oh, here it is.
He killed a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's-
innocent slaves.
My paperclip's a bit tired from all these.
yeah, I mean,
You've been collecting a lot.
Yeah.
Man.
It had to be done. It had to be done.
I mean, that's
You can't play like you can't play.
that's
that
always the risk of
ruthlessly.
playing a character like that.
I mean, I would assume my Book of Shadows just like burns away because I'm dead.
know.
But these would still be there.
What are they in your book or are they a separate book?
These are all completely separate.
Oh, because it's business.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
Design.
That, I mean, that's your stuff's. I mean, I'm not going to go into your stuff. Jonas isn't anyway. He's the guardian of the arm now. So
Kip probably would. He's broke. He was born like.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Do you have
Butler-
access to the?
It's okay, we're the same person.
apparently.
Meetup? Do you have access to it?
It's all
The
secret.
app, yeah.
Yeah. And where
That's
the
the
character
secret
generation
reveal.
is?
Character generation. Where is that?
Let me get the pages. Somebody could help him out there.
Yeah.
Well,
I
We're still dealing with this
what
arm.
are the rest of you doing in the street?
What is the
So,
arm still
so
doing
I had
underneath
kneeled
it?
down and cast Cure Wounds, and I imagine I realized that did nothing. And then, does that tell me, like, would I know at this point that Gundrick has passed?
Roll a perception check.
The
with
blood has
advantage.
stopped pouring out of his arm.
See, I expected to wander into that after that.
Perception
just, like,
with advantage?
Run the
Yes,
place
please.
within the week.
I mean,
You might.
Gundrick would certainly try. I 100% believe that.
That's you for running the place.
So that's just a 9.
There you go.
Gundrick is the Lord of Hell.
As bizarre as it may sound, you're not sure.
Yeah.
That was with advantage, right?
That was with I rolled a 5 and a 1. So yeah.
You're working.
That's with the +4.
You're working on it. You're like. I think if I push on his heart.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, guys. I think he's okay.
With a severed arm and no
Every
more
time you
blood
do a
coming
chest
out.
compression, it's like
Yeah. I'll just the way that I would to roleplay, I guess, it would just be that I start to panic and I start to pull off a leather strap and try to tie off his wound, and I'll kind of react that way, which would make me imperceptive to whether he's really alive or not.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Boulder, what are you doing?
Well, seeing Kip's futile attempts to heal him, I'll just kind of push Boren. What were you thinking?
this man is a
killed
murderer.
him.
This man is a murderer.
He's a naive merchant.
And now
He
so
had
are you.
he did not
naive
know what he was
merchant
doing. Did you think it was
murderer.
worth his life?
How much evil are you going to allow this man to spread on this earth? We are here speaking every day about how we're going to vanquish evil and how we're going to bring good to this world. Yet we let this monster live in our own company.
He fought by our side, and we let the darkness take him. And instead
What?
of fixing it, you killed him.
And how are you going to fix it? I just fixed it for him. It's over for him.
You could have
His
stopped at
torment is over. Our torment is over. He made those choices, just as I made this choice. and I'm willing to accept my own consequences of that choice. But I know that I just did good for this world by putting this man down.
I guess maybe there was no coming back from that crystal.
There was never
Maybe we
coming
couldn't.
back.
Maybe
for
we
him.
couldn't have saved him, but I just don't think taking his life was the answer.
That was the only answer. How many chances have we given him? Over and time again. He fought by our sides against that vampire. Only for his own selfish reasons. Not mere minutes after that fight when he came to our aid, was he already unleashing more horror on this earth. And now it's over.
That's a fair point. For a small man, he caused a lot of damage.
He did. And there was no remorse.
I've been.
Believe me, I feel remorse. I feel remorse. I don't like having to take a life in this fashion. But he brought this upon himself.
Is the arm still strong?
I'll have to sit and think on it for a while.
It is still struggling.
I'm willing to accept my consequences. Whatever they may be.
Well, I would like you to know.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Well, I think that you made a right decision in this, Warren. He was a menace.
Bring me pictures of him.
The guards.
Did you hear?
I heard you.
Yes. The guards, one of the guards reaches over, puts some hands at his neck, feels that the pulse is stopped, and he looks up to the other one and he shakes his head. The guards look around and say, "Who killed this man?
I killed this man.
Drop your weapons until we figure out what's going on."
Drop my weapon.
At
But be careful where you touch him, because he is cursed. And that curse will spread to you.
That's a relative term.
I will. At this point, I'll speak up in regards to that, and I'll say this man was diseased. He had an affliction that drove his mind mad and that decimated his body. His arm is underneath the shield. You can see it moving on its own volition. It is not natural. He had to be put down.
Roll. You let them see the shield bouncing about.
Yeah, like I'll. I mean,
What do you
I
do?
think you
What do
can.
you show them?
I think you should be able to kind of see it trying to force against me. So
Yes.
it should be obvious that it's moving.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
21.
More guards arrive, and they're like trying to push the crowd away that's initially had dispersed and now seemed to be closing back in to see what was going on. And there's more guards. They arrive and they're trying to slowly not fight people, but just kind of clear the area away. What appears to be a subaltern shows up, and he walks over very calmly. He says, "What's under the shield?"
It's this man's arm. It's cursed. It has something within it. Something dark and sinister.
Can you lift the shield?
I don't know if it would be safe to do so without having something to contain it.
What would it be contained with?
I don't know. Perhaps putting it in some kind of container, a box, or a crate or something for now. A barrel, maybe. Force it in there. And take it somewhere where it can be opened safely, away from the public. We're a mercenary group, a group of us. We're here on business for Theodore and I say his name right.
Medicites.
Yeah, Theodore Medicites. I say his name right.
You're working for Theodore Medicites?
We are. This was not part of the work, but it was a job that had to be done for the safety of the public. He will surely vouch for us. We have information for him.
The very man that we were sent to kill for him. This gentleman on the floor has relations with him. He has a book. If you search the body, you'll find it. In the very name of the man that we were sent to capture and kill.
Several of the individual, he nods to several of the other individuals, and they go over and they kind of, with their butt of their spears, kind of like flip through his robes, not as if they're pillaging, but they're looking to see if there's anything that you're talking about. I assume there was a large book.
Well,
on your
I would
body.
be down there,
I
so
have
would I see
so
it? Because
many.
I'm down with him.
Yes.
Okay.
Which one do you want?
Business.
Which one?
How do we know which one's business book? Does it
You
say on it?
see in his body where his arm was, there was still
There's still
vessels
veins.
running up through his body. They don't seem like they're pulsing with anything though at the moment.
Okay.
Seems, but
Is that-
you
was
know,
this the
you
one?
do see the shield moving over. Now you've, after a few moments have gone by,
You could tell.
you could tell he's dead, at least as a mortal dead.
Okay.
Which one gave
So
you
as
the
they're
nuke spell?
prodding and stuff, like
The business book?
Kip probably would look to see if there was anything of value that I didn't want the guards to have and try and take that.
On top.
You would know
That's
that
the business.
This is for
you probably would have some concern about how you're going to touch him.
I
Yeah, fair.
took that off.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
You don't need to roll a perception check to figure that out.
Yeah.
This
I would probably like if he's got like a coin purse or something on him like that. I'd probably take that. I wouldn't want the guards to have it. It's not for me. It's not that way. But and if he's got this book that they're looking for, I'd probably pick the book up and if I could, that's up to you.
Oh, take the Arcana Sutra and burn it. No man should die with that.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, Sutra.
I got it.
That's my favorite book.
But roll a sleight of hand or stealth check.
He only has one.
Either one?
Statue done.
Sleight of hand to try and lift them.
22.
Okay, so 22. You managed to pick the first. Which one do you want first?
I guess if they're coming at me, the first thing I'd probably pick up is the book.
Okay, so you managed to grab the book as they're conversing with Jumnus about what's going on under the shield. They're all kind of fixated on the shield for a moment, and you manage to take the book and kind of slide it underneath your cloak.
Okay.
Roll again for if there's another object on him, like a purse.
I don't know what he has, so I don't know what I would see.
Just
Great RP. Great RP.
That'd be 13.
13. You reach over and you find what appears to be a small coin purse of something, and then you see one of the guards kind of glance over, and just as he glances over, you manage to pull your hands away without grabbing it. And he looks, and he's not sure that he saw anything, but you notice that he seems to be looking now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Kip, show him the spell book.
I'll just print it out.
Oh, I slide a hand out. That's in my back.
You say that?
No.
Oh, you.
I was looking for that specifically.
Thank you.
I would have seen
I grabbed your
The
book.
nuke
So is
showed
this,
Yvonne
is
in
this,
you.
Is this the only thing that's in your book, or is
No,
there
he's
other?
got
I
all
have
those others.
so
so
much
so
stuff.
then-
I was specifically
It's
looking
the
for
book,
business,
right? Oh,
business spell book.
business spell
That's
book?
spelled business spell
This
book.
one.
That's the one that he got off of business.
So I will give this to you.
Okay. I'll take it and I'll throw it on the floor at the guards.
Tom's left me on that, doesn't he?
The subaltern looks at it. Is it safe to pick up?
It's safe.
He picks it up.
I
he
really hope
thumbs
it's
through it. He clearly doesn't know what he's looking at.
What's that guy's name? We were coming here for
Theodore.
Theodore will understand. The very spell that destroyed the Hippodrome is contained within that very book.
You see him perk up at that. Would you come with us then? And as to that, he nods to several guards. To three of them, they reluctantly go over and put their foot against the shield, holding it down. Do you allow them to do so?
Just destroy it here, Jonas.
You're probably right. If I may try to destroy whatever being this is. If I cannot, you may take it.
Well, I don't think, if it's what you say it is, I don't think we'll be able to take it, so somebody would come and get it.
Give it to the Tavern.
Evil player.
I don't know if... whatever... anything that touches it is going to... Yeah.
I don't know if I can touch it with my weapon. I don't know. I might get blasted into oblivion just by touching a dead arm with my weapon.
Hold on, I'm gonna see. This where's my cleric stuff? Destroy it.
I could make an attack at that. I can try to destroy it
I'm gonna.
with my weapon.
I'm gonna warn everybody. I'm gonna say I'm gonna lift this up. Be ready to impale it, to stab it with your to stop it if I can't destroy it. And I'm gonna ready Sacred Flame. And I'm going to lift up the shield.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up my weapon.
Okay, you reach down and pick it up.
I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let everybody around ready up before this happens.
Okay.
And then I'm going to unveil it, and
The arm is like flailing about. It just like, and it starts to like crawl its way toward the edge.
okay. It has to make a dex saving throw against this 17.
No.
No, so it takes
Oh, John, let's destroy it.
7 plus 6. It takes
What, the
13 points of radiant damage.
It's still flopping about, and it just, you see it like sear itself, and it continues to crawl, and it's almost as if it's trying to more rapidly crawl away.
Stay back.
Should I hit it? What should I do?
Oh, you have
That's up to you, but I'm gonna hit
your
it
hammer
again when
magic?
6 seconds come back up.
What's up?
Isn't your hammer magic?
It is magic, but I don't know if I'm going to be affected by it because I'm holding the weapon. I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
What would Warren do?
Huh?
WWBD.
Warren could hit it.
No. That's what I would figure. Smash.
Warren, what are you
You're
doing?
still raging, right?
No,
Oh.
I dropped my rage.
The monkey goes and picks it up.
I got the rage.
Well,
one.
around.
Oh, I could hit it reckless.
I mean, if you wait 6 seconds, I'm gonna hit it again. I'm gonna just keep
wait
hitting it
6
with Sacred
seconds.
Flame until
I'm
it
gonna
dies.
wait.
Okay, Kip, what are you doing?
And I'm going to look at John this. Like, John this.
So I see all this, and I'm just gonna move out of the way.
Okay, you move out of the way. Mattias, what are you
I think
doing?
I'm in between Borinth and it, so.
Baldur, you're on deck. Mattias?
I'm not sure what there is to do
I
at
know,
this
I
point.
don't know.
Okay.
For me.
Baldur, you're up. What are you doing?
I'll just kind of get a little closer to these guys and keep an eye on the.
I'll just blast.
Okay, it seems to be moving like toward a building, like as if it's heading toward
Can I
town.
attack it?
Sure, you can.
I'll cast Eldritch Blast on it. Why not?
Okay.
What was that? Give me 1 second. And so that was 1d10. Make a ranged spell attack. 17 to hit.
17. Roll a wisdom check.
Those 2 points of wisdom.
You just Eldritch Blast or you hit it with your sword?
He Eldritch
Eldritch
Blast.
Blast.
Oh, okay.
Terrible 1.
Okay.
Not great.
You don't see it. It doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. Okie doke. It continues to crawl off to the side. Several of the guards grab their own shields and they start coming forward to it as if they're about to drop it on top of it. Jumnus, you're up.
I'm gonna hit it again, so it's gotta make
Gundrik,
another
not
dex save.
Gundrik, I'm sorry. Borinth, you're on deck.
It's gotta make another dex save against 17.
Saves.
Oh, then that does nothing. But I'm going to use. I'm going to cast spiritual weapon on it, and I'm going to make an attack with my fiery scimitar at it.
Okay.
That's 11.
11 does not hit it.
This thing did knocker than I did.
Really dexterous hand.
That's my turn.
Okay, Borinth, you're up.
Jomnus.
I'm trying. It's whining.
Oh man.
It's like in the Adams Family. It's just running all over the place.
All right, I'm
Stab it with the
gonna
spears.
take a reckless attack with my hammer.
Okay, roll away.
It's a 19 plus 11. Yeah, a 19 plus 11 the first time.
Okay, you hit.
8, 9, 10 points of damage.
Roll a wisdom. A D20. Add your wisdom modifier.
Oh, I can't do that.
Super not wise.
To my monkey.
That's a 6.
Okay. You feel as though it didn't do anything? Do you have any other attacks?
Yeah, I'll attack again. Reckless.
Pierce it. Make it stop moving.
It's a 19 plus 11.
Okay, hits. What do you think it does?
14 points of damage.
Roll a wisdom.
11.
11. You feel like almost as if you're that being that you had met once before kind of flowed through you at this point, and it kind of swings down and actually does some damage to it.
Being that would I recognize what being
Yes.
you meant?
Wuton.
Did I meet him?
No, you. The bearded man.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway. Okay. And you did how much damage to it?
Oh, jeez. 13 is the second attack. 10 the first attack. So
Okay.
it's 24 points of
Well,
damage.
just the second one is what flowed through.
Oh, it was 14.
14.
Second.
Okay, and do you have a third attack?
No, I'm not
Okay.
frenzied.
That's boring. Kip, you're up. What are you doing?
Push up.
So everybody's looking at this hand right now.
Yes.
So there's really nothing I can do. So I'm gonna go back for Gundrick's.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand
Well,
with
just take
advantage
it.
because everybody sees what everybody's fixated on what's going on over here at the moment.
I have to be honest. I want you guys to take all my stuff. I want none of this to go to waste.
Oh, it's not gonna be on this.
Yeah.
Kip's all over it.
22.
Okay, 22. You managed to whatever 2 items are readily accessible off of that button. Okay, Kip, Mattias, you're up. Mattias, you're up.
I was think.
I am going to.
Oh,
I am
my
going
finger everything on Discord.
to
Yeah,
try to.
because I need to do that stuff.
Where is the arm in relation to me?
It's probably about 5, 6, 7 feet away.
I'll walk over and take a whack at it.
Okay.
Where would you put it, Tom?
Just drop it. No, I'm sorry. Bad.
What's
Where
passive
Gundrick was.
wisdom?
Let's say,
What's perception?
Right there.
What's passive perception? Like, what's the note?
10 plus your perception skill.
Okay.
So if
That's
you-
a 30.
My perception skill here is
That's a
12.
hit. Roll a
So it's 10 plus
wisdom
12 is 20.
check.
Okay.
So you add your proficiency,
Wisdom.
otherwise it's just 10 plus your
Okay.
wisdom.
Wisdom.
There you go.
So that's lovely. Okay.
Yours is a
wisdom.
10, so straight up.
Can't do anything with this.
19.
Okay. Roll your damage. You feel like Tengri's energy is flowing through you to destroy this evil. Roll your damage.
And that is rolling. That's 6 plus. That is 11 damage.
Okay. It's still crawling along, but it seems to be like slowing and it's like writhing and flailing about. Okay, that was Mattias. Balder, you're up.
I guess I'll just kind of. My spell didn't do nothing. I guess I'll just kind of watch.
Okay, Jumnus, you are up.
Sacred Flame. Dex save, 17.
I really hope it wasn't that 20.
Fails.
Oh, wow.
It takes 8 plus 6 points of damage. 14 points of damage. Radiant.
8 plus 6, 14. You see it suddenly, like, stop moving and just kind of flop down on the ground.
I'm going to drive my spiritual weapon into it anyway.
Okay.
That's a 25 to hit.
The spiritual weapon slams into it. It just seems to, like, almost like watching tree bark brittleize across the ground.
It takes another 15 points of radiant damage.
It's just, you can actually see it like almost as if the tree bark is breaking off of the limb itself, and it looks like a humanoid limb underneath
I'm
again.
going to strike it again myself as well.
Now it's just mashing this fleshy bark-like thing into the street.
I will say to the guards, never mind, we took care of it. Let's go to the palace.
You can take his body.
We'll take the body.
You see a cart coming up almost as you said that. And several of the guards seem to, like, reluctantly stick spears underneath the body and kind of flop it up into the cart itself. Oh, we'll take it up. Somebody will go with you to the palace just to follow up. Obviously, we saw what happened. Thank you for your help.
Thank you
Whatever
for your
that evil
understanding.
was. Several others come by and they're trying to clean up the street at this point, trying to...
He may have been a terror, but I don't believe that he deserves to be buried in some unmarked grave. I don't know if my friends here would agree. Maybe there's something we could do. I'd personally maybe bury him along the sea or something.
In the meantime, let's take the body to the palace, says the
Whatever
subaltern.
the rest of the party finds acceptable.
Let's go.
I think if you've done your investigation or whatever, I think we should perhaps burn the body, take his ashes, and bring them to Venice.
There's parts of him that still look corrupt. Of his body.
And we should burn it.
It's not just the arm.
Be careful when you touch him. Don't touch him if you can help it. We'd like to burn it, take his ashes with us, spread them where he would want them. Gundrik,
That's not for me to decide. We'll take him to the palace. They'll decide there what they're going to do. And if they're okay with that, I'm sure they'll release him to you.
fair enough.
I can't decide that. I hope you understand.
At this point, we are at your mercy.
They escort you toward the palace itself. You move through the streets. There's a large contingent of guards around the area right now. They're more just keeping the area clear for someone else to come by and address the...
The wind picked up.
Whose monkey is this? And why is he wearing a vest?
Thank you. Finally.
This is Georgie. It's my monkey, Georgie.
Please give him an eye patch.
He's
my
a curious
monkey,
one, isn't he? Georgie.
I'm gonna take a piece of fruit out and toss it at him. The monkey. A date.
Calder, roll a perception.
You eat it.
Oh, what'd you say?
Calder.
Oh no!
Balder.
I like that pain. What is this? I don't understand.
16?
16. You see somebody who clearly looks like he's a Dane or some equivalent standing off to the side watching, chatting with his friend. And as you guys are getting ready to leave.
Hey guys, that man clearly looks like a Dane.
Was he great?
Does he know what a Dane is? A Dane.
How, on a scale of 0 to great, how great would this Dane be?
I guess it looks like a
Dane.
What is a Dane?
I suppose.
Something you eat for breakfast?
Scandinavian,
Or is that a Danish?
right? Danish?
Scottish.
Danish?
Is
Dane is Danish,
people
or is it
from
Viking?
Denmark.
Or
Yeah.
is it like Scandinavian?
Scout.
Right, you come from like Scandinavia, or is it
Somewhere up there.
on the European side, like
It would be Scandinavia.
Denmark,
I thought
Belgium,
you were
right?
Dane.
We'll approach.
Well, Denmark is Scandinavian too.
I think we've
True.
changed. I'm all over there.
Oh,
Apparently.
are you? I didn't know that.
I'm
Okay.
Icelandic, Norwegian, Danish.
Oh, I didn't know.
Balder
Okay.
gets around.
Yeah.
I've been to all.
You're
of
a,
them.
you're a well.
DNA
I've invaded all
His
of them.
DNA has been spread.
We've done
Why?
the 23.
I've invaded
He's
all.
from all over.
I've invaded all the countries. Let's
all the
walk
countries
over.
you mean.
Say hello.
He sees you approach him.
Country.
Ah. He says to you in Norse, greetings.
Nice to see.
We were watching your escapades here in the street. Who are you?
Name's Balder.
Balder, you are far from home.
Well, apparently so are you.
I'm Gundrick. I'll say that 10 times fast.
That is a mouthful.
Bless you.
I can't even do it. I'm sorry.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Goodson Knocknail.
It's not
nice
for
to meet you.
shots by Kasagi, though.
Understood. Your name is Gesundheit. Good to know.
Gundrick. And this is my compatriot, Norske Giden.
Good to meet you. What brings you here?
Oh, the arena, of course.
Yes, the
Yeah.
arena.
We've been doing very well there.
Oh yeah.
And yourself? What's this escapade here?
Oh, nothing that concerns you guys.
No, but it's entertaining. Well, if you're around, we stay at the Blake Sprutel, right down the street.
Yes, the Blake's brutal.
It's been a while since I've had some strudel.
No, Strudel, Sprutel,
Oh.
different part of the world.
All right. Sure. I'm sure we can come by, have a drink,
Yes,
talk about the old tales.
yes, indeed.
And who is that groovy chick behind you?
Well, they're not there.
Just in the crowd.
Oh, in the groove, he looks behind. Oh, that's
Somebody else with it?
I think her name is Gisela.
Giza. She
Yes.
seems to be staring at me.
He looks back at her. Maybe
Oh,
she's
this
got a
person.
thing for you.
I didn't even see that.
Wish me luck, boys, and I'm gonna walk over to her.
That's like a
Gisela looks at you.
Honestly.
Yes.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
She's not in any way dismayed by your lack of smoothness.
He's just over here going, oh my god, another one.
We saw you fighting. Your prowess is impressive.
Groovy, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
He's going for it. He just committed.
Did you like? Did you like what you see?
You're too far deep. You gotta go.
Aren't you engaged?
He's too far deep.
You're throwing off my mojo, baby. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Roll to grow an afro.
okay, now I get it.
Oh, what?
Okay, she's like, oh, baby. I can't even do it right.
Sweet. So,
Okay, you guys managed to have chit chat. It continues on for painfully long until your party is like wanting to bury their heads in their hands. You see the spy who shagged me over here standing there trying to make town with the ladies in the streets.
Hey, Austin, let's go. Mr. Powers.
All right.
Places to be.
Okay, and you guys head toward the palace.
Yes.
Good try. Sorry, I forgot what I gave you.
I don't know how many more quotes I knew. I
The
was
ring.
running
The
out.
ring. The evil ring.
Along the
The
way,
introduce myself part was what he said.
Yes, yes.
Allow
I'll
myself
wait
to
until
introduce myself.
Take her eyes. No. No. I digress. No, I'm good.
Okay.
So you head toward the palace.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They
Groovy,
escort you
baby.
up. The guards escort you up. The other guards, when you get to the palace entrance, initially give pause, and then they call for someone to escort you in. There's some conversation that takes place between them, and you enter the large Blackernay's palace. You can see off to the seashore on one side. You note the pillars and walls are covered in pure gold. As you enter and walk through, it shows all the wars of the ancients, as well as the emperor's own wars, represented in pictures. Guided through the palace, you note well-appointed guards standing on either side of a large throne of gold, ornamented with precious stones. A golden crown hangs over it, suspended on a chain of the same material.
Quite impressive.
What's impressive? I'm sorry.
The golden.
The gold.
It's a golden throne.
Yeah.
I think I also need to invest in new dice
will
after
be
I
right
know
down.
building this guy.
I'll be happy to give you a couple if you really want.
I might
I'll
need
give you a
them.
set. I killed your guy.
Spirit.
I'll give you a set.
Okay.
One of mine.
Hammer and smash
You
it.
don't want Brian's thing.
No, I think it's very good.
No, on my guess.
And this purple one rolls good for me too.
A golden
We need to
crown.
throw these into a volcano.
Golden crown.
A golden crown hangs over the suspended over the throne itself on a chain of the same material, the length of which seems to extend exactly to where someone, the emperor, might sit underneath it. The crown is ornamented with diamonds and precious stones. Of any of you with the ability to gauge its value, almost inestimable value.
That would have been Gundrik.
Really would have, yeah.
See what I'm biting? The luster of
Oopsies.
which... I'm sorry?
Just oopsies for the group right there.
The luster is such that even without any other light, they illuminate the room in which they are kept. Other objects of curiosity are met here and there. The guards escort you through this area to a conference room. And then they say, just, if you would wait here. And you find yourself in a comfortable, not overly lavish, but comfortable room where you are by yourselves.
We wait.
Okay. And you wait.
I wait and pray.
Okay. And what do you pray to, say, blah, blah, blah?
Just as a general, not for anything in particular, just a general.
Friends, I think we did the right thing. I really do. When we struck down that arm and destroyed that arm, there was like a wave of some sort of energy through me, and I could see my all-father almost shining light on me, as if I had done something good.
I think we all saw the arm move on its own volition. That was decidedly unnatural, as much in the world is. Gundrik fought alongside us. He was our friend, but
Friends.
to some more than others. But he was troubled, and he had a wickedness in him that I don't think could be quenched, although we tried. I just hope now that wherever he is, he's at peace.
I suppose.
Okay, a few minutes go by, accompanied by a couple guards, 2 servants, and one who looks like an administrator walks in. Oh, I forgot all about this. There we go, yes. Sorry, I forgot where I was.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome back. Welcome back. If you remember me, I'm Theodore Meadowkites.
How can we forget?
Yes, welcome back.
Yeah.
It is.
It is good to be back, Theodore.
Well, thank you, Matthias.
Your beard has only grown more illustrious since the last we saw you.
Thank you very much. I work at it.
Is that a new hat?
I run my fingers through it every now and then.
Yes.
Yes.
I use whale oils.
My last hat was a little bigger. And I found that when I went to the bathroom and bent over to make sure I was going in the right place, I would get the top of it wet. So, hence the smaller hat.
Very floppy hat. It was a very floppy hat.
Thank you. Well,
You're welcome. How fares the Emperor? How is his health since we last?
it has much improved.
It's good
That's
to
very
hear.
kind of you to ask that first before you ask anything else. That's very, very kind of you. What have you learned of this Bazan Stararu?
Before we get into that,
Goodwill.
no. We have
Use
this
one
child who has been standing off to the side, witnessing all of these terrible things.
No, not the monkey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good dice.
They're
They
both
really
the
are.
same
They're really
height.
nice. My kids got them for me.
We have
Trust me,
we
they're
have
good.
I think before we get into any of that, we have this child with us. We made a promise to his father along our journeys that
To remove it before.
that he would be taken care of in Constantinople. Perhaps as part of our arrangement, we could set him up in the palace somewhere, and perhaps as a ward or something of that nature.
His father's crimes are not this child's.
Could we perhaps have a caretaker take him away? Take him to another room while we speak and discuss in
Yes, of course. He nods to one of the guards to escort the child out.
Cool.
Who is this child you bring to me?
His father perished in a battle in Inigo, and in exchange for information that led to the capture of Bazan Sarara, we agreed to establish him here in Constantinople.
Well, that was very kind of you.
It was only to further the mission.
Shut. Does he have any skills of any measurable worth?
He's but a small child, so he is a blank slate that can be molded.
yes.
Perhaps he would do well as a squire for a knight, or a knight in, I don't know.
He's a hardy child. He's seen the road. He's made it great distances.
He's witnessed terrible things.
His name is Temple.
He's made it traveled at great distances, and he's absolutely been of service and of use.
It hasn't
within a camp structure.
It hasn't covered his vision well. He's not going to become some thing based upon these visions that you say he's seen.
Has he seen visions?
What has he seen that is so
Well,
heinous?
he's seen combat. He's seen us fight. He's seen.
But noble fighting, yes?
Of course.
Of course.
Very well.
Always. Noble.
We don't partake in any other kind.
Well, I mean, we will do what we can for the
We are
child.
the champions of the sun.
That is true.
I mean, this is a palace. There's always room for another child somewhere in the palace, I'm sure. Yes. What's so funny with you? What is your name again?
Talking to you, Matthias.
I am Matthias of the House of Bathory, sir.
Oh, Matthias of the House of Bathory.
Matthias, don't we have a message to deliver to our friend here?
Well, now that we've taken care of the child, yes.
We have something
That
that
depends.
we were to bring to you. Is the child gone?
Yeah, the child
Yes,
has
the
been taken.
child's no longer here.
I open up my bag. I take out the head of business.
I recognize him.
He's the man that.
He still has that burned and melted face about him.
Yes, he does.
Rather gruesome. Yes. Well, I mean, you have obviously done what you promised to do. I assume the rest of him is gone.
The rest of him is gone.
Yes. Good. Did he fight?
He put up a great fight.
Well, then you deserve what we bargained for. He nods to a servant off to the side. The servant turns, opens another door, the same door that the child walked out. In walk 4 servants carrying 2 bulky lock boxes, shackled to their arms. Setting them before you, the one who appears to be somewhat more of an administrator of the 4 unlocks and removes the shackles and then unlocks the boxes themselves. Lifting a lid, he crosses to Metakites and he hands him the key. Metakites turns to you and extends the key.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You earned it.
We have more information, I believe.
Yes, part of the agreement was to find out who Bizan's was working with and relay that information. We found. I gotta go dig through my stuff.
The rock hole.
Yeah, but we have like a letter from him.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Somewhere. I just gotta.
We need a filing cabinet.
Yeah, right. Sorry,
That's
it's very disorganized. It was tax season, and we
need
had
a
to
secretary.
put
we could get an
everything.
elephant.
Does the elephant do
I
paperwork?
might know where you can purchase.
The monkey.
I've
The
heard
monkey can do paperwork.
It has a trunk.
secretary. From now on,
I
we
don't
hand.
think it's the same kind of trunk.
From now on, we hand all important letters to Georgie, and he files them away.
Georgie's the monkey.
We have a letter from.
Tom's trying not to laugh.
We have a letter from one of Bizen's relatives to him, advising him to use caution when dealing with an individual known as the rat hole. We believe this is who he was in league with.
Who is this rat hole?
We have.
What is that laughing?
I don't know.
That's
thought that
your
was
thing.
From the palace.
That's from the audio you're doing.
Tell those
Somebody
people to
out
be
in the
quiet
other
in the
room.
next room.
Thinks this is very
The
funny.
palace haunted? Are there ghosts?
Where? I see that.
I found it.
Off with her head.
This is truly a haunted place.
The whole city is haunted.
We have come across other.
Just trust me.
You okay? I
Sometimes,
think we
Kip,
need to talk about this later.
Sees things all the time.
you say some weird things
we have-
sometimes, Kip.
Kip says the darndest things.
Okay.
We've found information that the rat hold is some sort of person in power in the north. And correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been like 1,000
Yes,
years.
in the Middle East.
I really,
very hard.
Jonas remembers much more than I do.
Would we remember? We would remember because it's very hard to go back.
what
so
I
very
think-
long ago.
what I
It was,
think
it was
it-
the Middle East.
What I think had happened was it was somebody from the north who would benefit from the Byzantine Empire and the Ottomans fighting.
Yeah.
Somebody who would be able to sweep in and kind of take
That's who
control.
this rat hole is. Rat hole, the rat hole.
I was more asking out of character if I was remembering what the information we gained correctly was, but if that's close enough, then yes, I will say that aloud.
It's bad news.
Very well. Do you know who that might be?
As we said, Rathhold.
Was it a lady back?
But who is Rathhold?
He is a ruler somewhere.
I have it in my notes.
Who do you want to eat this?
Yeah.
I gotta check my notes. Because I really don't, unless you want to.
Georgie, bring the document on Rathhold.
I don't think you do know, but I could be wrong.
I just love how the monkey's becoming a member of the party already.
I thought, out of character, I could have sworn that we got a message, a letter, that said he was from the Middle East or something.
You do have a letter from
The Rathhold guy.
Rathhold to Bizant, I believe.
Yeah.
From Okay.
I believe.
There's a good chance I just haven't gotten there looking through my notes yet.
The letter, so it would be one of those brown ones. Oh, right here.
I got a bunch. No, that's the other one. This is from Business to Freighter. This is from Louvier.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It was from Bizan's girlfriend, fiance to Bizan's regarding Rathhold.
Yes, so that one says, the past months have been the most marvelous of my life. Adrift at sea, I feared I was lost until I met you. You've given me meaning. Nonetheless, I fear that our love will be discovered. Please use caution when dealing with the Rathhold. From what you tell me, I don't believe he should be trusted no matter what he agreed to pay you. We don't need money, as I would be happy and warm with nothing but your arms wrapped around.
And this letter is from
his
what's her name?
Gazinin Ilk Korea. But I don't know if
I don't know her.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that you'd be like, that's my wife.
My wife.
No.
Stay away from my
not.
wife. Okay, so what I have is wealthy noble from a far-off land, powers north of Byzantium would be distracted from chaos in Byzantium. So that's that doesn't narrow things down.
I mean, we've gotten you a name.
greatly.
I mean, I'm sure that you must have some people that work for you
I'm missing a document.
that could put together the information that we've
I might just not have it.
given you.
Yes. That is valuable. You've earned your reward, and I hope I've kept my end of the bargain. That's very helpful. I mean, we have people who can look into that as well.
Why is it that you seem disappointed?
I'm not disappointed. I'm obviously this is someone I need to figure out who it is. No, I'm not disappointed. You've done very well. I'm
Well,
sorry
that was
if
our
I
task.
You brought back this evil, heinous man's head, and you told me who he was in league with. I just need to figure out who that is. I don't know, but it's more than we had before you went out and sought to destroy him. He did a horrible, horrible thing in this city.
He did.
He injured the Emperor, and he also killed thousands and led to the death of thousands more in the arena.
How was
What?
the Emperor?
He is recovering physically. There are things that would raise his spirits, but he is cautious. It is more challenging to raise his enthusiasm for continuing to move forward, if you would. Excuse my being circumscribed. He is very cautious now, given what happened. And caution is good to a certain degree. You don't look like one who uses caution very often, so I assume you understand what I mean. There's a time and a place for caution. There's a time and a place for action. But I do appreciate what you've done. Where are you staying? What are you doing now?
We were staying
on the boat.
We were staying we have a ship in port, and we were staying there. We were perhaps going to find an inn, and perhaps spend a couple days in Constantinople, visit the chariot races, and then move on.
Very well. You are welcome here at the palace should you want to.
We would like to sign up for the races.
Well,
Who do we speak to about that?
yeah, that would be...
We need to speak to Irene.
I would like
Good idea.
to raise our concerns to the Emperor regarding what we've discovered about Ghazi.
That's a super good idea. That's a very good idea.
Sometimes these thoughts, they come in there and I don't
before
understand
we
where they
leave-
come from.
Before we leave the
Confusing.
discussion of the raffle, would you know? I don't know if it's connected, but the name Istvan, a Hungarian noble, has come up. I don't know if that would ring any bells. We talked before Bizen's died. We were able to extract a small amount of information, and looking at us, he claimed that the Rathold is one of us. I don't think he means specifically one of us, but I think he means connected with our nationalities or our countries, or I'm afraid he is a wolf in sheep's clothing, that he is working in an official government, trying to overthrow it and seize power for his own good, or for his own purposes.
Well, in Isfahan is a type of noble in northern countries.
That's not a name, that's a class of noble?
What's a position more? I mean, not here in Byzantium, but it's up in Serbia, Bulgaria, pardon me, Hungary, Carpathia, perhaps Dalmatia, what have you. It's a position.
Oh, that changes things entirely. I thought it was a name. Excuse
Well,
forgive me.
if I understand you correctly,
Color.
I mean, in Isfahan or in Isfahan,
Uh-huh.
depending on, could be a position. It could be a person. I mean, there's no reason why it might not be.
Okay.
Perhaps this is yes.
I don't I don't know if it's connected.
It might be. Yes, not yes.
Well, I can vouch for the fact that Istvan is a fairly common. So that doesn't. So it could be either.
Yes, it could be.
Common name, you said?
Yeah.
It could be a common name. Yes,
Oh,
could be. I mean, it might be.
I'm gonna have more questions than I had 2 seconds ago. Okay, fair enough.
Well, our information is yours for you to use. You can always send word to us at our ship that's docked. Does the ship have
Oh, of course.
The Re d'Italia.
The Raid Italia.
If you have more information or if you require any other services of us,
Whatever, yes. Well, regardless of whatever, whoever the rat hole is, or whoever he works for, he's a threat to Byzantium as well as the surrounding countries.
You brought a body in with you.
Yes.
Can you tell me anything more about it? We have people looking at it, but
he's been cursed by some sort of evil power that unleashed these spirits of undead creatures out into the countryside. Spirits.
Yes, they're.
And it was continuing to consume his body. Anything he touched would be cursed by it. So we chose to end that evil threat.
May we destroy the body?
We would like to have the body burned, which is the safest way, and then we would like to take care of the remains from there.
Who was this and what heinous things did he do? I overstepped my bounds here. you came to demonstrate that you complied with our agreement, and you did so. And now I'm asking too many questions.
I don't
Perhaps
believe you are. This was an evil that was brought within your city walls, and we're somewhat responsible for it traveling within your walls. So I completely understand your interest.
He was an infrequent traveling companion of ours who made questionable decisions, and we tried to guide him in a more positive direction, and eventually it became impossible, so we did what we had to do.
And we like the monkey a lot more.
We named the monkey Gundrik.
he looks over.
George is holding the treasure chest.
Can we name the monkey Gundrick?
You're going to have to train them.
I think
He knows what he's doing.
along the way,
He's smart.
finding Bizan's and bringing him part of him back to you. We traveled to Sagut, and we had an interaction with the Bay, the leader there. That I think
Met with the Bay.
yes, we met with the Bay.
We also met with the son of a bay.
And the son of the Bay.
He was a real son of a
The
bitch.
real son of a bay.
Perhaps Mattias can explain the events, and we can fill in as needed. If you would like to take over, Mattias.
I can try.
Matthias, is it? Matthias, I do have many meetings today. Is it possible that we could have these discussions over dinner? And you asked about the arena, and we could talk about that and all of these things. If you would be my guests for dinner.
Will the Emperor join us?
Of course.
I will ask if that's what you're asking, but I'm not sure about that. But
Let him know that the man who was partially responsible for healing him, Jomnus,
no.
remember you prayed over him and you
I
healed him.
did what I could.
But you did do that in his time of need, that he would like to have an
I will
audience.
broach that subject, but all of these discussions, I do want to hear more about the Bay. We're at war with them, so
Well, this will be very useful in your...
I do want to hear more. And I'd rather bring in a few other advisors to listen
Very good.
to such a conversation. I mean,
Yes, that is probably for the best. And if possible, at the same time, I will have to make a request of you when you have the time to assist me.
well, if you want to make your request now, and then we can address it at dinner, perhaps.
Of course, I will have need to a reliable and discreet source of way to communicate the same events that I will describe to you to my liege lord in Buddha.
Assuming
And quickly, as quickly as possible.
I think we can arrange that, assuming you know this person that you want to talk to. I don't see why that would be a problem. I can certainly arrange that.
I do know a few people, so I should be able to contact the correct person.
Well, of course.
Dinner then.
Thank you.
Then by your leave. Enjoy the city. You're welcome to stay in the palace. Or
Yes. Quickly, I need. I'm supposed to seek out an Irene. She is a tamer of wild beasts for your arena. I'd like to know if you know where I can find her.
Irene de Montferrat.
That's yes.
She's one of our advisors. She'll be at dinner, if that's okay with you.
No, that is very convenient. What are we doing with Gundrick in the meanwhile?
Well, he's
take him
in
to
downstairs in the palace, and there are several individuals who are just examining the remains to ensure that. And you want the ashes back, if you
Yes.
would.
Yes. We need to make sure that he is truly gone.
Can we go do that now?
Well, I think they're going to spend a little time. Pardon me, and I know he was a. How did you refer to him as a
Infrequent traveling
traveling companion? But there's probably some poking and prodding going on at the moment.
Be warned that the body may still be cursed.
I will pass that
He
along.
may still be
I
around.
don't think the individuals who are poking and prodding are ignorant of that possibility.
Okay.
But I will pass that along. I do have other things to attend to, but I don't want to, unless there's enemy at the gates, so to speak.
No, we'll let you go about your business. We'll be on our way.
And we'll see you hopefully this evening, if you desire.
Of course.
And then we'll get back to you. Okay. He excuses himself, and then he leaves the room, and then... There we go.
I think you were in a rush to get that off.
It was getting too scratchy.
I don't know how you guys do it. Anyway. I scarily had a mustache for 10 years. But anyway. Yes, it was scary. It's gross. Anyway. You have 2 lock boxes in front of you.
Yes, I'll pick one up, throw it over to Bourne.
You lift it up, and you have no problem lifting it. But it weighs about 42.5 pounds.
It's the half that really puts it over.
Huh?
It's the half that really puts it over. You can't lift it.
Okay, 42. So each one. So there's almost.
We'll help you.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. 57.5 pounds. Almost 60 pounds.
Oh, now the monkey
Okay.
can't lift it.
Are there handles on them? Are there handles on them?
Yes, there are handles on either
So I
end.
kinda
But
I'm
there's
gonna take some rope
toss
out of
one
my
to
bag and I'm
60
gonna
pounds apiece, roughly.
tie them both together. Right, and I'm gonna take them both. And I'll put them over my back.
Okay, 120 pounds.
Yep.
Keep it in mind.
Okay,
Okay.
you warm up.
You know, there's 2 of us here.
Well, this way I'll just carry it that way. It's fine.
All right.
Okay,
So he's got him, let's do it.
There's a couple of guards in the room, but they're not guarding you. They're just. You wish to be escorted out? Or...
We'll find our way out.
Okay. And they kind of follow behind you on their way out.
All right,
Balder, your
Bourne.
friend said he had a
you
good
come up
place,
with
or
something?
Yes.
You want to show it to me? Oh, what do you
The
got?
Danish strudel.
I'd like
I didn't come up
strudel.
with a backstory yet in case they.
It's been a while since I've had strudel.
Let's
I'm
go
back
get a
home.
drink.
Go get a drink at the Danish strudel. I've never had Danish strudel. I've only had German strudel.
Just a strange name for
Is it
Well, it's like a
in a
food.
bar.
Maybe
But
they
I-
make that. Maybe they
Well,
make
I
strudel
suppose
really well.
people of all walks of life in all places are here. So
Right? Yeah.
I suppose it's not entirely.
So let's go get some Danish strudels.
Yes, to the Danish strudel.
You know they're not going to be as good as they are at home.
No.
It's
Never as good as mom used
the
to make.
water is
Grandmother
just
used to make
different
some
here.
good
Never as good as
strudels.
mommy's.
No, of course not.
Okay, as you're going out, assuming you do really go out, you see a monk standing in the hallway who seems to have just finished paying homage to something or having spent some time in a temple somewhere inside. And he glances over at you and he nods.
We completely ignore this Gundrick-looking monk and walk away.
Gundrick, you see these individuals
Does
walking
anyone else
past you.
think he looks
I'm not Gundrick anymore,
I
am
gotta
I?
say, good day.
I'm sorry,
Good day.
Vexerin.
Vyrexin.
Vyrexin.
Nice.
Vyrexin. Doesn't sound anything like
Gundrick.
Gundrick.
I was going to do Gundrick or Bundrick Goxel, but
Vyrexin.
Oh, man,
You
that
see
would've
these
thrown me
individuals
off.
walking out. What are you doing?
hello, all of you there. What was your purpose here?
Hello, strange person who we've never met before.
I mean, we haven't.
Good day.
You have it, yeah.
What?
It's
Our
not
business,
Gundrick.
our business is with the Emperor here.
Why did you have business with the Emperor?
There's a lot of questions.
We were hired for a job.
Don't ask boring questions.
The job is done. We were
Oren, do
we
you
were
think
hired
he's
to
a
find
spy?
somebody.
Who are you hired to find?
Oh boy.
A wizard.
Oren, I think it's a spy.
A wizard. That's very interesting.
It was very interesting. Why are you here and questioning us so much?
I'm just inquisitive. It's just my personality. I like to know things.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Cool. Well, we're gonna go get a drink.
Mind if I join you?
Oh, I wasn't trying to...
Oh,
It's a free country. I think we're in a free country right now.
What's the time period?
well,
There's
I mean,
no
it's
line.
technically an oligarchic autocracy led by a singular godly ordained monarch. So I
I'll let you
suppose it's a
join
free
us if you
country.
stop with all the questions.
Free enough. Come, let's have a drink with us. Why not? Always room for one more.
So sorry. We didn't mean to.
You head out of the palace. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You leave the palace. You're back in the busy streets of Constantinople. Where are you going? What are you doing?
We're going to the Danish strudel.
The Danish strudel.
Making me hungry every time you say the Danish strudel.
That's what Walla's gonna cover.
What is strudel? You kill me, my...
Is it Danish
Kill
strudel?
me.
Tom's prop for next session is going to be food. It's going to be strudel.
Kill me,
Plate of
strudel.
strudel.
That would probably be the best prop he's throwing out.
Food?
Oh, yes.
I mean, no offense.
Yeah,
it's all been
this is
great,
my
but-
character now.
Ow.
Oh, you kill me. What is strudel?
Oh no. Well, you just know that in this game there'd be a talking strudel.
I pray.
I just have a -2 in charisma
You're
and
nice.
everything is great.
The exact opposite of your character.
Okay, so you head out to the place that you were before, and you're back in the streets of Constantinople. Ring the streets, and you make your way toward. Very loud. Sorry about that. You make your way toward the tavern that he had mentioned. That was just down the street from the side of the hippodrome. And you go inside.
Yes.
Before I go inside, I'm gonna stop in the area where Gundrick was slain and just kind of look around, just staring around.
Kip, you okay?
You looking for Gundrick's ghost?
Who's the Gundrick?
Maybe.
Oh no!
Kip.
Yeah, I'm not gonna respond.
Wait, is Gundrick haunting us?
Who is Gundrick?
I said no questions.
Well, no. We didn't. I was saying that out of character. I don't think any of us actually said Gundrick out loud. He just went to
probably
this
not.
place, and I was asking out
Yeah,
of
just-
character if he's trying to look for a ghost.
I'm just kind of
Kip,
standing
you
there.
alright?
I'm gonna say, Kip.
I'm not gonna respond.
I miss him too.
I know you said no questions, but may I just ask one more after this one?
Kip. I'm gonna give him a little shake.
And I'll snap out of it and kind of just look at Borinth.
What's going on?
Nothing. And I'll walk inside.
Kip. I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder, turn him around.
And I'll just say, are you gonna strike me down too?
Maybe I will.
Then you'll have to do it to my back, and I'll turn and walk away.
I'm gonna grab him again, turn him around. Kip,
And I'll
we've
just
all been
shrug
together
away.
here.
Too
We've
strong
all
to
been
see
together on
dance.
this road together, and we've all shared our history, our stories, and what's been happening to all of us. If there is something that we can do to help you, all you have to do is open up to us about it.
Yes, I mentioned that I might need help at some time to jump this, and he offered his services as long as I offer mine. I've done so, and cities can be uncomfortable for me. I'm sure you can.
They are for me.
And cities are sometimes very haunted, and I wanted to make sure that the evil that was Gundrick within Gundrick is no longer here.
What do you mean by haunted?
Sometimes
That's a very good question.
beings don't pass on.
Meaning they don't go where?
Wherever you go when you die.
Where do you believe that is?
I do not know. Some people believe it is heaven. Others believe they go and rest with their many gods. But wherever it is they go, it should be peaceful. It should not be trapped between life and that peace.
And you see this? You see this in... How do you know this?
Sometimes things don't move on.
And do you see them? Are you seeing things that we are not seeing?
Are you seeing dead people?
I can't say whether I see them, but sometimes I might feel them around.
Do you feel anything here?
There are many things here.
It's an old city.
This is a big city. Many people have come and gone through here. There's been many people that have passed. Some might linger in the shadows, right on the edge of what you can see and what you can't. They're there, but whether you can see them or not, I guess that's for some people whose eyes are really open.
I don't envy your abilities. It doesn't sound like a good place to be.
It is my burden to bear.
You need cages.
Cages?
Very big cages.
I have a couple of very big cages. I sent them to the ship.
You need bigger. Make a big circle of cages like we used to break horses.
I have so many questions.
That's what you're gonna need.
I don't understand.
For your tiger.
Oh. Yes, well, the tiger might be a means to distract me in my time in the city.
I'm happy to help.
Tame the tiger.
Tame the tiger.
And the snake.
And then we could eat
I
it.
believe is bigger than the tiger.
I'm happy to help.
Are we talking about ghosts now, or have we moved on to a very different line of conversation?
We've moved on.
I couldn't tell where the transition was there.
How big is the cat?
I'm bored. I'm very unpredictable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just look at like Hawa.
There's a point to
Very
it. There's a point
The
to it.
cat
in
is
this
bigger than
conversation.
like Hawa.
No.
It is a big cat. I have never seen the likes.
You shared information with us that gives us insight, and I'm willing to help.
Well, some people might consider it a curse.
Do my part.
And you seem to think that Gundrik's arm was a curse. So you can understand why I would not share this information freely with
I
you.
do. I understand. But
You
you have
cannot
not
cut off.
But you have
what's
not
right
harmed.
there.
You have not harmed. You have not shown malice towards any man.
No.
There's a big difference there. Maybe it's a curse, but it seems like a curse for you to bear. We can take on some of that weight.
Now, if you want to see spirits, let's go inside this tavern.
Very well.
I'll drink to that.
I would like to ask my question now.
I said no questions.
And I asked for one more.
And I said no questions.
Who's this guy?
I'm going to ask
Just
it
do as he-
anyway.
I don't know. Jonas talked to him.
Who are you people?
Do as he says, Monk. You'll survive longer
We're no
that
one.
way.
Get away from him.
We're just a group traveling together. That's all we are.
Hey, look. Yeah, he's. How do you look?
Yeah, what do I see?
Oh, okay,
Because
yeah.
I was...
So,
I was
You
busy
see-
looking at ghosts.
actually, this 5'10" man, about 180 pounds, with like a very athletic build. Caucasian, brown hair, brown eyes, and he's wearing a hat actually, and it's like gray. I wouldn't exactly like call them robes per se, but they are like loose clothing. And he kind of like walks on his sword, like he doesn't need it. It's almost like a habit. It looks like, and the
Walks on his what?
his sword, like he has a
He's
It's a
using
sword.
like a cane,
yes.
almost.
But like it doesn't look like he needs it, it's just like habit it looks like. And the hilt of the sword is actually it's gray, and in do any of you speak Greek?
Yes.
And the Greek alphabet is in gold letters running down the hilt of the sword.
Oh, frat boy.
The whole Greek alphabet.
Is there like one in particular on the pommel, or like just up,
Just
up and
the
down
entire
whole,
Greek
some, like,
alphabet down the
spiral?
there's nothing on the yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly. There's nothing on the
probably-
pommel, it's just
Okay.
on the hilt, it's the Greek alphabet.
Oh.
Probably been paddled quite a few times by that sword.
Okay.
Okay. You go
That's a
into.
very unusual inscription for a sword.
You go into the.
No, we haven't asked.
Yeah.
The Danish
No.
You were really
Blake
Oh yes, the Danish building.
Every other first level character.
Tom, I'm gonna
we've
assume
met,
I didn't
I've
see
attacked.
Gundrick,
So
right?
you've done
You
pretty
saw.
good so far.
I didn't want to interrupt what was going on.
Sorry.
You did not see him. You saw the blood on the ground. It looked like somebody had made an effort to clean it up. A very thorough effort, but it's something that's going to take a while to clean up. There was a lot of blood. I mean, you hacked off an arm through at least a couple of arms. Somebody hacked off an arm.
Was it just blood, or was it like blood and like oozy?
There was a
black
little bit of
stuff?
stuff, but most of the other stuff had been cleaned up. There, if you were to look in between, but there was no sense of any being there per se. There was no. You didn't have a sense of anything per se.
That makes sense.
I overused that.
What you did there?
Huh?
Okay. No, I got it.
I overused.
I'm with you.
I overused. Does that make sense? But okay. So do you go into Blake's point?
Yes.
That's a lovely wolf you have there.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Go up to the bar.
You go inside. Okay, inside and
Start pushing the tables aside.
Do not try and pet him.
Oh, are we doing this again?
No.
Probably can.
Menace, I assume you're with
those
them.
3
Send him a
natural
messenger.
ones, but you guys tried to
You wanna
drunk
take- you wanna
attack. We
take
were
bets,
amazing.
Kip?
Well, I tried to take bets on the last fight. I would have won, but Baldur didn't want to bet.
You did one. That's right.
No, I tried to put a wager down on Gundrick versus Boris just before.
Oh, did you?
I tried.
I totally missed that. That's so bad. You're a monster.
You're a monster.
And then I plundered the dead guy.
I didn't even notice you did that.
That's so funny. That's so.
Go up to the bar.
I said 1 gold on board.
I'll go grab a
Drop the whole chest on it.
Give me your best.
Drinks
Yes.
for my friends.
He looks around, counts them up. 1 gold.
Okay.
And drinks come out. You see the Dane over in the corner with his compatriot as well. The place is fairly full, even for the late afternoon or mid-afternoon as it is.
Bring the drinks over. Put them on the table. Just sit back.
What type of drink is this?
Questions.
I'm gonna have to make a new character by next week again.
Haven't. You're clearly a monk. Have you not brewed
Some wine or
such
something.
as this?
I merely wish to know what kind it is. I know where we are. I just merely wish to know what specifics about it.
Doesn't matter. And I take it and I slide one in front of him.
I pick it up. Actually, went in.
Sure. Your call on it, though. You don't have to do it.
I'm just rolling to the side something for myself.
Sure, that's fine if it works for you.
So, well, I already rolled.
Okay.
So, I go like. Strong.
What is it? What are the drinks? If we,
Well, that was milk. So
Ale.
like, yeah, let's see what that's
just ale.
Just ale.
Unless you ask for something different, it was just
No.
ale.
All right. I will smirk to myself and I will down the entire. I'll down the whole ale and I'll order another one for myself.
Okay.
And I'll
You
see
have
him
no
do
problem.
that and I do the same thing.
It's been a long day.
Okay. You down them. You're relaxing finally after what seemed like a chaotic day. The individual from across, he walks over to you. Greetings, fellow Dane. He
Good to
says
see
you in
you
Danish.
again.
Good seeing you again. So what brings you? I'm glad you came back. May I join you? He says.
Of course. Have a
adventurous
seat.
cat. He says, I am Gundrick. Neo. Yes.
As you said.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Yes, this.
I'm sure that's. I'm sure that's the same thing you told me.
Mayo?
Yeah, I'm positive that's the same thing you told me last time.
Yes.
That was just him clearing his
It's
throat.
not mayo.
It's
And
not
your
mayo.
name is.
It's not mayo.
It's what?
I said it's not mayo.
No,
I can't
mayo.
believe
It's
it's not mayo.
mayo.
I can't
Spits
believe it's
in
not
your
mayo.
face.
I'm Borin.
Warren, pleasure to meet you. And the rest of your party.
I'm Vyrexen.
Rexton.
He's not with us.
Very well.
Well, I am with you.
Very well.
This isn't time for philosophy.
And this is my friend, Gurske
Robin
Gidon.
and-
Gurske plays with, like, magical things.
Maybe.
He's a little strange in the head. Aren't you, Gurske?
Yes, I'm a bit strange.
Wizards.
I used to be a
This here's
bricklayer.
John the
Until I got hit in the
Stoneflower.
head.
You guys couldn't have left Gundrik alive enough to meet this guy.
Hearing this dude talk,
Gundrik here?
I'm gonna go to the bar and grab some shots.
Yes.
Matthias is gonna get up and grab a tankard.
I think we all have tankard.
Yeah, we all have drinks.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna grab shots.
Another one.
I'm gonna grab
Another
a round of shots for everybody. I'm gonna throw a gold on the table
gonna get
or on the
smashed.
counter for the bartender.
Ah, very well, sir. Here
or
you go.
or whatever.
There you go. He pushes shots towards you in little pewter mugs or
Might
whatever
I
they're
just
in.
recommend we do have dinner tonight, where I assume we will have business covered, so I don't know how much you want to partake.
We have a couple hours before that.
Just, yes.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be better to get drunk tonight.
Yeah, we can drink it drunk now and get drunk tonight as well.
Get drunk now, get drunk tonight.
Yeah. So what brings you here?
Just finishing up some business.
Good business, I hope.
Of
There's
course.
a lot of business to be found here.
Very good business.
Yes, indeed. Have you know anything about these races in town?
yes.
we have entered them once, yes.
Yeah, so have I. I'm the current champion, if you will.
Oh,
Interesting. So,
current
in
champion.
a
I suspect
way,
you were used
Balder's
to these
been looking
people.
for you as well.
Has he now? And you're bolder, I assume.
I've heard someone's
Why
taken
have
our
you been
reign,
looking for me?
so we can take back reign as the champions of the races.
I'll drink to that. I'll let you
course.
try. Yes, very well. And the rest of you can laugh.
So how many
I predict that these
races? How many
people will
races
crush
have
you
you
in the
won?
race.
Is there something wrong with?
What
There's
is
many
wrong with
things
his
wrong
face?
with him. But he's actually quite helpful in the arena now. So, yeah.
Is that the same one that you saw? Is that the same person he saw on the street?
Yes.
He just
The
scared
same one
the
you were
other
flirting with?
horses.
I was flirting with another girl.
Oh,
Sorry?
I said, is that his job? Does he scare away the other horses, or what?
He's doing a fine job.
Tried to
Horse
tell
game?
you were engaged.
Do you scare horses?
I don't remember that.
You lick horses.
Why do you lick
It's a
horses?
glue liquor.
Why do you lick horses?
All right, stop
Okay.
talking to the idiots.
Bartender, another round of shots. And I'm just gonna throw gold pieces, like 3 or 4 of them, like at him. Just keep them coming. Don't stop.
So-
Can I try and catch one out of the air?
So you fancy yourself a pretty good racer?
After that, I have.
Well, we've had a bit of luck, and we're fairly adept at it as well.
I'm always game for a little bit of competition.
Yes.
I have a question,
You-
Balder. How do they supply the chariots? Do we have to supply the horse and the chariot ourselves, or is it?
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
They have
Whatever.
They have stuff for us to use.
Yes,
Do you
of
have
course
your
they
own?
do. No, we go through a lot of the arena seems to go through a lot of chariots and horses, so they seem to supply them own. But they bring in quite a lot of crowds, so they seem to manage to pay for it. I don't know exactly
Well, not to
how.
mention the fact that the teams themselves probably provide a great deal of the resources, since apparently there are factions based around racing teams in this city.
Well,
Haven't there been
there's-
riots over that?
Yes, that was a little while back, from my understanding. But right now we're a team. They've kind of changed rules a bit, and Gorske drives one chariot, I drive the other. And so it works out pretty well.
They've changed the rules since.
Well, they used to do it slightly differently, and now they have everyone racing in teams of 2 different chariots. Versus everyone bound for himself, I guess. But
So
it's
would you-
interesting.
Would you fancy a wager on the winner of this race?
Well, I'm racing tomorrow, so yes, I'll fancy a wager on myself, if that's what you mean.
Of course.
Isn't gambling illegal?
This is an off the record bet,
Of course, just between men.
because they do bets at the arena as well.
You're a wood elf.
This is just between me and you.
What are you offering to
Really
wager?
weird complexion on him.
What are you willing to lose?
I don't trust him.
How old are you?
1,000 gold.
1,000 gold.
Yes.
Have a deal.
Yeah, from around here. Oh, yeah.
Are you racing?
Yes.
You're racing
What's
tomorrow.
that symbol on your chest?
So 1,000 gold. Whoever of us comes in first. Say?
Whoever of our team.
Well, team.
Comes in
You and
first.
your team. Versus,
And if neither of us win?
then we'll come here and we'll drink 1,500 gold apiece until we can't stand up any longer.
All right.
Fair enough?
1,000 gold to the winner.
Yes, 1,000 gold to the winner. Very well.
1,000 gold on your person.
To drinking.
To drinking.
To winning 1,000 gold.
To drinking 1,000 gold
Cheers.
away.
Given that I've won 5 races in a row, I'm actually looking forward to just drinking 500 gold.
I have a question.
Sure.
It's been a while since we've been to the arena. What is like security like? Are we able to go and just get a lay of the land? It's been a while since we've
It's
seen
tightened
it.
up, but I know they're looking to tighten it some more. I don't know much about that. Apparently, before I got here, just a short while ago, there was some massive explosion in there, and it was horrible. And now they search people going in to
Right.
the extent that they can. But there's almost, on a good day with good weather, almost 100,000 people in there. You can't rifle through every single person's pockets.
Well, I mean more in like the off time. I was just wondering if we were able to go in and, just get a good look and see.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. No, everything's coordinated ahead of time for me, especially since I've been winning so much. The crowds, they love me. So, I show up and they give me a chariot and a horse and off I go.
Where's good animal handling? Is that Kip?
Yeah. Got a +9.
+9.
You have +9?
I think that's better than me.
Yeah, I think
Looks
that's
like
better
the
than
two
mine
of you
too.
are going to be doing the racing.
I only
Or
have
3.
+4.
I talked to a man named Canistra, and
only
he works for some woman, and they coordinate all the race details.
And what about registration? How do we register for the race?
Oh, I talked to Canistra.
Okay, Canistra it is then.
I don't know anything more.
Where could we find this Canistra?
I would assume at the Hippodrome, or maybe the Palace. I guess. I found him at the Hippodrome, but happenstance. He liked my outfit. Very blue.
Very blue.
Why is it so blue?
And he lifts up his hammer and he slams it on the table. And as he slams it on the table,
Is it under skill?
Oh, yeah.
you see lightning come off of it. That is why. Pretty impressive, is it not?
Wait,
Extremely
I
so.
have an idea. Balder, you saw that, right?
What god grants that
Why
power?
don't we bet that?
No.
Oh, you're afraid to lose it in a chariot race.
I'm going to take my hammer,
you
I'm
so
going to bring it
much
down on the
for doing
table, I'm going to slam it down on the table,
Oh,
and
last time
off
you
of
did
it,
that,
it's going to
like,
be
Cole almost
frozen,
died.
like frost is just going to billow out off of it
I'm
and
impressed.
freeze the table.
Borinth it is.
It is.
Very
We
interesting.
do the hammers.
You're not
We
the
do
only-
the hammers.
You're not the
What
only
do we do?
one
He has another hammer.
with a fancy hammer.
Mace on the table. And it's going to glow a little bit as it lands. Like fiery light.
Oh, we're showing off our manhood, are we?
Just turn on,
Norsuke, your turn.
I think,
What does he do?
Yeah, what does he do exactly?
Like
What is it?
What is it? What does it look like?
It looks like a spider web going across the table. Yes! Such a man he is!
Very impressive.
The monkey goes in the
Okay. Since you are showing off that bit, I shall show off mine.
I think
I
we just
unsheathed
found
my
ourselves
sword
a
and
more
just-
interesting wager.
It looks made out of like pearl, almost like pure white.
What?
Our team
Wait,
wins.
what did you do?
We
I
get that
unsheathed my
fancy
sword
hammer.
and it's like
And what if
pure
I
white.
win?
If you win,
Which you bonded to.
you can have my hammer. Slam it down on the table. Green flame.
I'll have to
blades
think
flying
about that.
out.
You can teleport to
Drink some more.
You do. I mean, well, you have the man. You can make it look magical with the green
did,
flame.
He had the green flame come
And
out.
he's just not impressed.
out of character.
I made
You guys
it
do
look
realize
like
if
a
we lose all our equipment now.
Well, I didn't wager mine.
I haven't wagered anything.
I didn't. I was just showing.
That's a great idea.
I am not wagering my sword.
I will do that as well. I'm gonna conjure with a spiritual weapon. I'm gonna cast the fiery scimitar as well, just glowing, floating above the table, fiery and large and holy.
Again, I don't think that it would be a good idea to show off what my sword can do inside here.
That
Or inside the
scimitar
city.
has slain many a men. I'm a little drunk.
My father
bunch of just regular
did not
guys.
raise the fool.
I killed peasants.
But I like
killed
a good
soldiers.
challenge.
How do you kill peasants?
So
They got in my
tomorrow.
way.
How did they get in your way?
They were
Guys.
standing- yeah.
Let's pause there. Did everybody have a good time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for you, even you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did? Really? I'm
Maybe because I get to
surprised.
choose a new mini. I mean, I don't really want the bald guy anymore. The praise the sun bald guy.
I like the idea of a new mini sounds right. I don't want to have to look at Gundrik every time and just be reminded of Gundrik.
Well, let's talk on the Discord about that.
Yeah, I'm sure
Okay.
you guys can come up with something for
Yeah.
a mini.
You guys are gonna learn to
Want be
love
reminded
by
of
rap.
Gundrick.
Mattias, in character, virtue. I keep saying virtue, fault, fate. My bad. Trait ideal bond flaws. Mattias.
I'll give you a boost.
Well, I
Start out with
gave Gundrick a decent kick.
I don't ever use it.
Not too hard, but enough that I felt satisfied with it.
And enjoy your new dice,
I
my
will.
friend.
I will.
You're a good sport, man.
Then
rolled about
I
30 times so far, and
I
only
del-
one
I
has come
promised
up,
to
so it's
deliver
already
the
better
news
than
of
like
the
the
events in
29 out of
Sukkot,
30. That's
and I sought to find a way to deliver the same news to my liege lords.
Okay. Yeah, well, you haven't done it yet, but I see you're working on it. Let's try and get that connectivity established a little bit earlier.
Yes,
to
there was
address-
a sudden update. That's why I.
Yeah. Okay. 396 on experience points. Thank you for working through that and not abandoning it. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you for the adventurer's log. That's hence the extra 10%. Balder, traits ideal bonds flaws.
service by the Wi-Fi.
You should be able to text.
Do they receive them?
Yeah. Do you have text
I don't know.
through
I
Wi-Fi
guess.
enabled?
I guess right at the end.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, knows what's truly important. Those who fight beside me are worth dying for. I tried to protect
Where it is.
Gundrick as much as I could. I felt like
Yes, you did.
I felt like he was a defenseless one in that situation, and Borinth was kind of beating on him. And then, afraid to appear weak or scared, I bet a crazy large sum
Yes, you did.
that I would win a race that I have no idea how to drive a horse.
Oh, you tried to roleplay whatever you were roleplaying that.
This will be interesting. I hope we get to play it out.
You're lucky I have animal head.
If you lose, I will battle.
360 on experience.
All right.
Mark, Kip Kalen.
I do have something that might help.
Yeah. I tried. I don't like other people being victimized or being considered the victim, so I did try to help Gundrick and calm Borinth down. And then I had the whole
As long as you use
area
iMessage, you
there.
should.
I'm not ignoring you. And I really liked your role play piece that you did with. I mean, not that my opinion matters. That you did with Borinth. I thought that was awesome. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for the adventurer's log. I like that you tied in some of the things regarding what's going on with your other. I don't want to
Yeah,
Give
we haven't
it
really
away.
touched on it too much, so this was a good opportunity for us.
So I thought that was really, really cool, and I do appreciate you doing that. 396 on experience points. We got Reiner Brad, Jumnus,
Hello.
Stoneflower.
Yes. Jumnus. Man, I wanted to have this whole big cool conversation with Shalom, and he just wasn't here, so that didn't happen.
You just had this whole what?
I said I wanted to start the session off with like a big cool religious discussion with Shalom, but he wound up not being here. Which is
I'll
fine.
join in on that.
But it happens. It is what it is. No big deal. So that didn't happen. But I tried giving Gundrick as many chances as possible, but at some point it just became too much, and I helped Borinth stop him, and I tried to protect the people from the arm. And the reason I didn't want it to get into anyone else's hands and possibly let it. I didn't want to let it out of my sight, alive and destructive, so we destroyed it. For like bonds and claws and like traits and stuff.
That's a thing that can happen here, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's about Gollum being.
I don't know. And we accomplished our goal of giving
no.
Byzance the head. Oh, I completed my personal goal of bringing Byzance's son to Constantinople.
Yes, you did.
And I avoided telling him who he was because I feel like they.
Mark, can you tap that center right?
I feel like they would totally do terrible things to the child if they found out who he actually was. So I made sure to not reveal that.
I thought that was good. I thought that was quick thinking.
I thought that was awesome.
Because I don't want any harm to befall the child, and I feel like just in this world, I feel like something might, just in case, because of that, or he might be used as I don't know. So I was trying to protect the child by lying about it. So in my one weird morality, it made sense. So we accomplished that, and we that's
Okay,
it.
awesome.
The end.
I hope you had a good time.
Yes.
396 on experience. Borinth,
Pretty cool.
Wrecking.
you are the
ball.
wrecking ball.
Well, none of it was out of character. I mean, I don't think it was.
Couldn't help myself.
There's a lot. There's history just developing and building, and there's like I laid it all out there when we were kind of RPing it out, and I mean, I can't imagine that Borinth would have just allowed him to exist anymore after all bad things that happened and continued to happen time and time again. Yeah, and he had decided a long time ago the next opportunity he had, he was going to take it, and there was really no swaying against it. I mean, but that's boring. That's what he does, and he was ready and prepared to continue fighting. I mean, if those guards were hostile at all, and if Kip hadn't also joined in with Balder holding him back, I don't think he would have stopped. He would have kept going. It's just that's what he does. So I tried to play it that way the best I could.
Thank you. It was tough. It was very tough. 360 on experience, sir. Gundrick. Or not
I had an
Gundrick.
adventure
I'm
log,
sorry.
too. Did you know I had an
Dylan.
adventure
Oh,
log?
you did.
Yeah.
396 on experience. My bad.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
you
no.
did. You did.
Do a
And I forgot.
3v3.
My bad.
It's all good.
396 on
One
experience
v3.
points. And I did read it. Thank you very much for posting that.
Virexin now.
Virexin.
Virexin Gadanodel.
Let's talk as Gundrick first.
I know. That's what I'm trying.
Let me hold that
we
thought. You
wanna
talk
know
as
your
Gundren.
thoughts.
I will be right
I
back.
ordered villainous today. I saw this and I was like,
I wanna
Getting
know
a
your
mini case,
thoughts.
but it's so
cool.
good.
No,
It says you can.
no.
It says you could buy.
I want to
just
know your
that.
thoughts.
you can buy what?
Just that and play. It's
As-
This is your opportunity.
Yeah, it says it's a
As-
Hang on, guys. This is Gundrick's opportunity, or just Dylan's opportunity, to talk about
sick.
Gundrick, and
Are you guys buying that too?
They don't
You guys
care.
mentioned
Yeah,
it?
they don't
Actually,
care.
They don't care.
Yeah.
they're nerding out.
Because I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say.
So RPing as Gundrick has been a very
I'd have the
very,
game,
I
you
would buy
guys-
it.
learning experience for me. I wasn't really good at RPing when we first started out before the streams, and Gundrick guys taught me how to like RP well. Basically, when I tried to play Gundrick, I tried to play him as someone who always tries to put the fault on someone else, someone who's always innocent, and I want him to be that, but I also want him to be manipulative enough to the point where he can get people to do what he wanted without them really realizing it. Let's just say Rexton's manipulative in his own way. We
we don't want to reveal any of that stuff yet.
We might see that later, we might not. Hopefully we will. Anyway, at the end, Gundrick just could not stand a chance.
But you weren't.
Yeah.
So as playing Gundrick, you weren't going to ever stop his ways. Like he was only just gonna. The more powerful he got, the more damage he was going to do.
Gundrick was all about greed and branding, and
it was only going to get worse for the alignment to the party.
It really was. It was just.
He's just the wolf.
I honestly didn't expect him to last 3 sessions.
But you committed
to have a new character by like the end of session 3.
You committed to his character. You committed to his personality. You did a great job with it.
We need
But
to have a sit down.
I love the way you
I
played
have
it.
a little bit.
I have a dog.
What's
that, Matty?
As Tom, so
It was admirable the degree to which he committed to it.
Absolutely. And
I
listen,
love the way he played him. I loved Gundrick. It was a cool character.
I mean, you definitely
It just had to
created
come to a head.
tension in the group just based off of the
I just feel like
RPing
this
and
is
the
like one of
character
those
that you were
shows where
doing.
one of the main characters just got off. That's been there since season 1.
Oh my god, The
Yeah.
Office. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Glenn.
So I mean,
Spoilers.
I think you
Big
did an
time.
awesome
I don't know what
job
you're
with
talking
it.
about.
I think it's just it really did create real life almost tension within the group. Of course it did. I don't think anybody would disagree with me. You know, you played it so well.
Well, it caused us to have a little friction later.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, because when he grabbed me, and I was like, "You
Matias
kill
will
me
just be
too."
blaming
Oh, right.
all
I
the
was
bad
like,
things
oh,
that happen
no.
in the future on
I'm
Gundrick's
not getting
post.
any text right now because I don't have service on the phone. He might be here, so.
Oh.
Okay, let me. I don't want to hold you up.
Yeah.
Gundrick has been part of this group. You were, if not the.
One of like the first
I
4.
think you're one of the first 4. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was Matias, Gemnus, Crazy Dave,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah,
Gundrick. If I remember correctly.
I was before Crazy D.
Are you?
Yeah, he was. Ryan was.
He
Ryan
wasn't at
came
my
right
first
after.
session,
okay.
but he came back, and he was there.
So you were
waiting for me,
your
though.
top 5 is what we.
Yeah.
Or not top.
I
5,
mean,
your first 5.
So I mean, you've been his character, and you played it literally for
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
I most people would love. I mean, me as a player would love the opportunity to play a character for 2 years. I mean, so I hope you had fun playing it.
Yeah,
I
everyone
hope
for
you
that.
you want to come back, and I hope you want to play this. You're not just doing it.
something.
Not come back as Gundrick. I'm saying you want to play, you continue to play. So I do appreciate it. Kudos to you. I mean, maybe it's a new chapter. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I think it is. He did an awesome job.
360 on experience points.
Also, in character as my Rexton in the pure 20 minutes. -2 as charisma. Feel like I portrayed that very well. And he's wants to know everything. Like, which is why he asks so
Be
many
careful where you go with
questions.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He wants to know stuff. He doesn't want power. He just wants knowledge.
Read the first line on
Knowledge
the
is
truck.
power.
Okay, doke. 360 on experience points. And
Up to level.
There you go. Look at that.
so
You follow that first line, and we'll have a good time.
there you go.
Yeah,
Follow that first
that's
line. I hope you had a good time. I appreciate it. Everyone else, where are we here, Tom? Okay, there we go. Thank you for watching a 7-sided dice Carpathian adventure. You never know what's going to happen. I certainly don't. Again, we want to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. You don't hear them right now, but that's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artist Yenu, for the terrific character sketches. I know you're not available till March, but we're going to be reaching out to you or somebody like you very soon, I think. So please patronize him at the @JEIUNA draws DRAWS on Instagram or the @JEINU on Tumblr and Twitter. Please comment.
See you in a few
in
weeks.
the Twitch chat room. Thank you, Dylan. On Instagram and on YouTube below. Please let us know how we can improve this stream. Please follow us on Twitch, Instagram, like or subscribe. I can't thank you enough. Those 52 subscribers. We want to get to 100. We got more?
I think we might.
We might have more. We want to get to 100 so we can get a custom URL, and then hopefully it will actually start to quintuple just for the fun of it. And as Brian Hammer says,
Ding that bell.
ding that bell.
I dinged
For
a
now.
couple bells tonight.
For now.
Punched by Rexon right in the
That was
face.
terrible.
For now. Thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die. And have a great night.